Well, we just watched. How would you describe that game, Story? By the way, welcome Mike Storey to the Thursday night recap show. A very fun show. We got to make light of this shit game. How would you describe that game?
I mean, mind-numbing is the first phrase that comes to mind. That was not ideal. That's not what we want. Like, if we're gonna have Thursday night games, can we at least have decent teams? The Broncos, I get that they're 8-2, but they look bad. Sean Payton's a bad play caller. Bo Nix looks horrible. The only bright spot on there, I guess Franklin's a little bit of a bright spot. Dobbins is running pretty well. I think you're okay if you had Dobbins tonight. I think you're happy if you had Franklin, right? Scored a touchdown.
Yeah, we had that bad drop.
You had a terrible drop. But
by the way, that pass was not intended for him. It hit him right in the chest. You know that was intended to like whoever that was, Pat Bryant or something, the underneath crosser. He overthrew that pass.
No, I'm well aware. I saw that immediately. That's what I'm saying. Franklin almost had a deflection there, but Herbstreit was really laying into to Franklin. That wasn't his fault. Like, you got a split second to react to that ball after it got slightly deflected. I don't think you're happy. I mean, Genty probably, right? I don't know what he ended up with. He got the touchdown, so I guess
15 PPR points. But so I got a little breakdown here of how bad this game was. All the announcements are bad. So they started off the game saying Bo Nix was the last of the 6 quarterbacks drafted in 2024. He was the last of the first-round quarterbacks drafted because we all know Spencer Rattler was drafted in the 4th or 5th round. So he was the last of the first-round quarterbacks. So that was a mistake. They called him Adam Genty originally at the first drive, and they kept on calling him Jenny, not Genty. They called they were talking about Tua for some reason. They called him Tua Tugga. It was like how Donald Trump mispronounced it. The coaching was bad. The quarterback play was atrocious. The officiating was bad, and the punting. Now the Raiders punter Cole had 2 awesome punts, but whoever that rookie is on Denver, have you ever seen a worse run of punts in your life? Like, he almost missed 2 of them. Like, he fumbled the snap on the one that should have been blocked, but they didn't pressure him. Like, it was, dude. Like, you go across the line, like, one thing we didn't have in this game was fantasy points. He had everything else in terms of on the negative end. It's unreal.
I had to look up where that punter was from. He was from Florida, actually. The Raiders guy or the Broncos guy?
Broncos guy. AJ Cole's fine. He's good.
Yeah. I was going to say Cole's fine. No, the Crenshaw is from Florida. There's nothing good about that game other than Troy Franklin. If you are a manager of Troy Franklin, he looks like probably the number one. I mean, there's a reason that he's got 5 receptions on 9 targets. It's because Bo Nix is woefully inaccurate. It is.
Yeah, he can't throw outside. He refuses to throw outside the numbers, and that's where Courtland Sutton operates.
Yeah.
It's Evan Ingram. Where Evan Ingram milk carton, you see Adam Troutman, Adam Prentice getting catches. And I wanted to put this to bed. The RJ Harvey hype. He looked good today, but it doesn't matter what you look like to Sean Payton. Can we put this to bed here? And it's over for RJ Harvey because Dobbins got hurt in this game. Came back, of course, but they don't have any confidence in Harvey. Clearly, if you're going to bring Dobbins, an off-injured player, back in the game when he hurt, you saw him got rolled up on.
Yeah.
This is over for Harvey, right? You need a touchdown, and he doesn't get touchdowns on 20% of the snaps.
You need to hold him. I got to put you on mute. Yeah. My mom's calling me. I don't know why she's calling me at 11 o'clock. It can't be good. All right.
I'll take care of it. Story of the building. Hopefully everything's okay with him. Devin Singletary or Kyle Monungai. This is clearly Kyle Monungai. Even if Swift is back, this is Kyle Monungai. We're gonna go ahead and mute Story so we don't get his personal conversation on the line here. Kyle Monungai, Bennett. Even if Swift's back, Swift will be limited. It'll be a 50-50. Now you're probably getting a 50-50 from Singletary and Tracy, but give me the Bears 50-50. James says so many drop passes. Crazy that Franklin has been wide receiver 1 on that team. Yeah, I don't get it. I lost some money on Courtland Sutton. I apologize to all you guys that tailed that bet. It was dead in the water from probably the minute it happened. Bo Nix just can't throw deep. When he does, he throws fucking not even a 50-50 ball. It's like a 75-25 ball with the defender having the 75% chance because he just throws it off his back foot and throws a fucking – it's almost like – remember the game what was the game, 500? We used to just throw it up to a bunch of people. That's what Bo Nix is doing these days, and he looks terrible. We'll get into that when Story gets back. John, trade Brees and Debo for Javonte. Oh, man, probably. I would probably do that, John. I mean, I hate giving up. I think Brees and Javonte are close. I just don't think Debo's anything. So I kind of take him out of the equation. He's a depth piece, I guess. So it comes down to Brees for Javonte for me. And Brees isn't catching any passes. So they're not going to score a lot of touchdowns. Give me the starting running back of the Cowboys. It's crazy. We are at that point right now with Brees Hall and the Jets. And we're at the point with Javonte just holding on to this job because there's no one else. I don't think Jaden Blue got a snap last game against the Cowboys on the Cowboys. So it's Javonte Williams, and he is set it and forget it right now. Turgay, frankly, gets 9 or 10 targets per game, and Sutton gets 4 to 5 a game. I needed Harvey 1 week, and he failed me. Harvey's just such a you're just banking on touchdowns, and they said the stat. He had 3 straight games with a receiving touchdown. Dude, receiving touchdowns for running backs are the least sticky stat in the world. If you recall, Josh Jacobs, remember how we had the longest streak of no receiving touchdowns? It was like 60 games. And Josh Jacobs is a fine receiving back. So, like, you can never predict these things. If that's what he's living on is receiving touchdowns, get the hell out of here with that shit. I don't want anything to do with it. Nothing. Mark, play calling for the Raiders on offense is so bad as well. Had Genty on an island one play to pass block. Oh, man. Yeah, they had him one-on-one against Benito. I mean, Genty's a fine pass blocker, especially for a rookie at running back, but that's just bad. Like, you can't put him in that situation. He's going to get worked every time. Benito's 260 pounds and super nimble. You're going to get worked. GT, what's going on, buddy? Trade my Bigsby, Sharbs, and Loveland for Algier, Garrett Wilson, and Mark Andrews. So Bigsby, yeah, 100%. I think Andrews and Loveland are almost a wash. I must prefer Andrews depending on the format. And then Algier is better than Bigsby, and Garrett Wilson is better than Sharp. So that's the easiest trade in the history of the world. Jason, I saw you had some questions. What was your, can you post those again if you could, so I don't have to go all the way up in the chat while we wait for Story to get back. I had Tucker Kraft. So picked up Dalton Schultz. I started him over Luke Musgrave. This week, I think you probably go with Dalton Schultz. I know you're not going to have CJ Stroud in there, but I want to kind of see what I have with Luke Musgrave the first game, and it's not a great matchup against the Eagles. It's close for me. If you want to roll the dice with Musgrave, then you can do it. I would probably go Schultz in this one. Sven, rank and order you prefer this week, full PPR. Tat, Devonta Smith, Alec Pierce, Parker Washington, J-Mo. Devonta Smith, number 1. Tat, number 2. Parker Washington, 3. Alec Pierce, 4. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a tough one, man. I think it's clearly Devonta Smith, number 1. And then Tat. So Tat's one of my bets, man. His over-under for yards is 48.5. So I think they're just expecting a fucking blowout in that game. But I would never expect a blowout. You can never assume a blowout with the Panthers. That's why I bet the over 48.5. And Tat's a good player. So Devonta Smith, Tat, and then J-Mo, if you want upside, Alec Pierce, similar. Parker Washington is a floor guy. And Gino legitimately couldn't walk. So it was wild, man. My opponent decided to sit Judkins for Dobbins. Jay Moore, you know what? Pour one out for your opponent because he's an idiot. Like, I get the matchup's good against the Raiders, but Judkins plays the Jets, who just traded their best 2 defenders, including their best interior, their only defensive lineman, honestly. And Judkins is primed. He's coming off a bye, primed. Maybe he was worried about the injury, but that's just terrible. I have to drop Ray Davis in every league. We got to see what's going on there. Don't do it quite yet. I mean, I know the reports were nice today from James Cook, but let's hold off on that one. If they want more, should I add Alec Pierce? What's this GT trade? Yeah, add Alec Pierce because you're getting the W on that trade, even if you add Alec Pierce. Trevor, I'm going Njoku, man. It doesn't seem like Harold Fannon's going to play. That's a hamstring injury that pops up midweek. They're coming off a bye week, so the fact that he got hurt, he must have just got hurt on Tuesday. So David Njoku is a top 12 tight end. Give me the tight end there with Dylan Gabriel, who's Wario, who can't throw the ball to wide receivers. Give me David Njoku. Jason, I'm 7-2. I traded Rico, White, Harrison for Jamar Chase, Hampton, Woody. Did I win or not? Rico, Rashad White, and Marvin Harrison. I think you lost that one, man. I don't know. Like, I love Rico Dowdle. Like, I'm a big Rico fan. Rashad White, who we don't know about. We don't even know what's going on right now with Bucky Irving. And Marvin Harrison looks like a wide receiver too. So Jamar Chase, best player in the trade, but Hampton, we don't know when he's coming back. And Woody, yeah, Chubb might miss this week, but like you essentially traded Rico, White, and Harrison for Jamar Chase. So I like getting Jamar Chase, but I don't like all the stuff you gave up. Rico Dowdle is an RB1. His team is now Daniel Jones, Barkley, Kyron, Chase, London, Nico, Plexus, Sutton, Javante. Oh, shit. Okay. I mean, maybe you won the trade when you have all that depth. You had all that depth to trade. So it must be a 10-team league is my guess. So in a 10-teamer, I guess I see it. Then that's fine. Jason, are you in the Discord? Because if you're not in the Discord, you got to get your ass in the Discord because these are the kind of questions that the group can help answer and evaluate more properly with pictures and graphics and all those kind of things. Yeah, Harvey's a hold. I mean, Dobbins got banged up. It's just you can't start him. Can't fucking start him. What's going on, Wally? Gino was heated, yelling at Mostert. I played Harvey and Genty. Opponent had Bo and Bo. Yeah, anyone in this game was just trash. Like besides Denver's defense, that's the only one I had is Denver's defense. I had a one Dobbins, one Sutton, one Genty. Like I had like one. I'm in 25 leagues, so like when I have one share of a player going, that's nothing. Michael, no, it's $2 if you just want to get in the Discord. You got to go on the Patreon if you want some more perks. Yeah, if you got to. I mean, I it's already 60 people in there, so I want to kind of limit it, but I'm not going to say no to anyone that wants to get in the Patreon and get in the Discord. So everyone in there is either OGs, the first 20 people that were with us from the beginning, or the people that are now on the Patreon. But it's the best fantasy football group chat. It's this show 24 hours a day with all these fine people. Shout out Blake, by the way. What's going on? Thanks for the graphics as always. Travion or Tracy this week. If there's no, if there's no Stevenson, it seems like Stevenson's out like 2 to 4 weeks. So I'm gonna go Travion, dude. I think they're playing Singletary a lot, and give me the upside, the good player, right? My thing, Michael, is I think they should just hold them fucking out. Like they're playing the Dolphins. Like why you don't need James Cook to win against the Dolphins. You barely need Josh Allen to win against the Dolphins. Dolphins are cooked. So we'll see, man. I hope he sits out because I have Ray Davis everywhere and I have some James Cook shares. So like just get well, buddy. Sit out 1 week. It's against the Dolphins. Trevor, Godwin's not coming back, brother. Godwin's not coming back. Like they said week 13 at the earliest. Hold on, let me just text Story real quick. Make sure everything's okay there. Yeah, he's not coming back. Bucky is ominous. I don't know. They're not giving us any reports. And I don't know if it's a shoulder, I don't know if it's a foot, but he's definitely probably not playing this week. Definitely probably not. I'll say that. There you go. Just checking. Would you have traded away Judkins plus AJ Brown for 8-chain full PPR? No, that's way too much. That's way too much, dude. I would do Judkins and like, a wide receiver 3/4, maybe, but not or AJ Brown and like AJ Brown and Tyrone Tracy. I would maybe consider that, but that's not Quinshon Judkins. So JT and Rico, damn straight, man. Rico's a boss. In my flex position, I have Zay and Addison. I'm not sure what to do since I have some young guy. I mean, hopefully they just rule out. Cool. All right, Story will be back in a minute. Never seen the Godwin week 13 report. They said day-to-day 4 weeks ago. Yeah, he's not coming back this week. He's not coming back next week. He's fucked. And even when he does come back, can you trust him? Rob, do you think Denver Broncos is the worst 8-2 team? I mean, they're the worst. They'd be bad if they were like 7-3, dude. So Rico's my dude. We love Rico. I got to play a little clip here. A little Rico Dowdle.
Back in 82, I used to be able to throw a pigskin a quarter mile.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Rico can throw a pigskin a quarter mile for sure. Who won this trade? Brees and CD for Devontae Adams and Judkins. CD over Adams. That's pretty much a wash, man. I think that's a win-win kind of situation. So I can't tell you who won. Anyways, while I wait for Story, anyone that is not in the Discord needs to get in the Discord. It is the place to be, as Frank Costanza once said. It's the place to be. Also, shout out to Patreon members that are currently in here. I'm not going to read them. There's too many names now. Newest edition is DB Ballout, upgraded to the semi-pro tier. Appreciate all you guys for helping out and keeping the show going 7 nights a week. if you want to get on this stuff, not only does it get you in the Discord, there's a lot of other good perks. This is just like half of them, depending on what tier you join. Play fantasy football leagues with us. You want to be a guest on the show. You want free merchandise. There you go, boys. Link in the description for the Patreon. I will send you an email once you join. Get you into this Discord, this popping community, these great people that are really, really, really the reason I do this show. So trade my Ibuka for Kyron, really hurting at running back. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Kyron's an RB1. Now, it's a little concerning that you see Blake Corum get all that work, which is kind of rough, but I would do that. Kyron, Ibuka's fine. He's good. He's a borderline wide receiver 1, but running backs are more valuable, Junk Buster. And I love your name, by the way. I always say that. I saw a report that Swift is not listed as questionable anymore. I just don't think they're giving him a full workload. So would I rather start Swift or Monungai is the question this week. In PPR, Swift. In standard, it's Monungai. I think he's getting the goal line work. Yeah, he's probably a flex, man. I think they're going to run the ball a lot. I would. That's tough. It's going to be. This may turn out to be a Seattle Seahawks situation from earlier in the year, right? Essentially what they do in Detroit, but Detroit's offense is so good to carry 2 running backs. The Bears' offense is not quite good enough to carry 2 running backs. Was only 3 away from my projected points between Brock and Broncos D, so maybe I'm still okay for the week. Broncos D helped. Brock Bowers 1 catch. Man, it's not his fault, honestly. It's that offensive line and Geno Smith just sucks. Olave's gold, man. Olave's gold every week now. Shuck sucks, but now you have no second receiver there. It's literally Devon Vele and Brandon Cooks. Like you have Rashid Shaheed's out, so he's out of town. So I love him going forward. Here we go. We got Mike Storey back.
Yo.
Mike's back.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, good call, Mark. 33 viewers and 6 likes. Let's go, boys. Let's get it going. Just start loving Rico this year. Big fan of him. Now, didn't know a thing about him last year. He was good. Rico was good last year, Story, but not this good.
No, he should have been better. That Dallas offensive line last year is better than what Carolina has this year. So I'm wildly surprised that he's playing this well. Sometimes
they didn't use him last year, though. Remember, they didn't use him to like week 12. They were giving him like 11 touches a game. They didn't think he was like a 3-down work. Obviously, they didn't trust him after the season either because they didn't want him for 2 years, $7 million. Story. They wanted Miles Sanders instead. That's damning. Miles Sanders.
Yeah, no kidding. In any event, yeah. How's the chat doing tonight? Everybody having a good time? Everybody enjoy that game?
Yeah. No one enjoyed the game. They're enjoying the show. We were talking about Rico Dotto, and I'm going to play it for you just because I know you love Rico Dotto, and I think you like Napoleon Dynamite.
Back in '82, I used to be able to throw a pigskin a quarter mile.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
I love Napoleon's brother. He's just such a wimp, bro. Like meeting that black chick online. Kip, yeah, Kip. It's so great, dude.
I love that.
So
movie.
great. Welcome, Anthony, man. Newcomer Anthony. 7 nights a week on this shit, man. Pretty much 3 hours a night. I'm on here. It's rare I do less than 2.5 hours. That is for sure. Sven, start Eagles or Panthers defense. This is easy for me. I want to hear your take, Story. Panthers have the Saints and Eagles have the Packers.
This is Panthers. It's a slam dunk. Like you're gonna go against the Saints as long as Tyler Shuck is starting. That's an easy one for me.
Does Pete Carroll retire already and the Raiders move away from Geno? So like he loves Geno. Geno could not walk. And as bad Kenny small hands Pickett. Okay, he's got small hands. He's very bad. But he is still better at 100% than Geno at what was Geno at 33%? Like Denver's gonna put pressure on him. Like that was a bad move by Pete, right?
Anytime you see a guy go into the 10 twice, you should shut him down. Like this wasn't a team that's on the bubble for the playoffs. It's not a team that's looking to win the division. If you feel that Geno is your future, then why are you putting him out there like that? This is terrible. But Pete Carroll is a terrible head coach. I mean, hiring the oldest coach in NFL history is a terrible move by a terrible organization. They're going to continue to do terrible things.
Well, we mentioned that he had 2 of his sons on staff, and they fired one of them, right? He had the offensive line coach was his son, and then someone else, and his sons have not been in the NFL, right? So like that's a bad move. And I got so real quick, you think Kenny Smallhand Pickett is better than Geno Smith when Geno's healthy, or do you think definitely in this situation they should have brought Kenny Pickett in for like the rest of the game, right?
No, I don't think like Kenny Pickett's not better than a healthy Geno. Like he's better than probably like a 75% healthy Geno, but he's not better than a healthy
like 33%, dude.
Yeah.
And I just want to talk about Kenny Small Hands Pickett real quick in his small hands. Here you go.
You remember me possibly as a man with small hands. He had small hands. Do you remember that?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
What you remember is false. Yep.
Okay.
Big, masculine. My hands tell a story of greatness. And when you look at my right hand,
I'm gonna stop you right now.
Is that from Always Sunny?
Yeah. His uncle has these small hands, so he makes these like fake hands that are literally just like rubber. he tries to pass them off as real. He's a lawyer. It's fucking amazing. But yeah, it's Kenny Small Hand Pickett, man. He's tiny hands. Not as small as a tiny dancer though, but let's see. Tight ends have been a mess this season. Trey McBride.
Super chat.
I did. That's why I have Story in here. J Bob. Story knows that Hurts is a top 3 quarterback in the NFL.
Heck yeah. J Bob is right. Yeah. J Bob is 100% right.
Are you warming to this? Are you warming to this?
I've been on Hurts since he came out.
I didn't know you thought this highly though.
Yeah, it's not just about the passing prowess. Like, I understand that quarterback wins aren't a stat, but the guy is a winner. He plays as well as you want him to play in tight spots. He's got a rocket for an arm. He's an absolute stud of an athlete. He's like, how many other guys can you say that about?
Not many, and I guess we could just say one thing. Go Birds.
Eagles. Go Birds, though.
Oh, go Birds.
All right, fine. Go Birds. Right? Go Birds. Get your hand off my knee.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
I'm not even an Eagles
Birds.
fan. For some reason, my wife has adopted the Bills and the Eagles as their other teams outside the Bears, and I have no idea where that came from.
Erica loves the Lions. She loves Dan Campbell, and she's liked them from like the first year where they were relevant. You know, like the year where they were 1-6 and they ended up 8-8, 8-9 or whatever it was. After that, she's been obsessed with the Lions, so I endorse that.
Oh, okay.
Gino yelling at Mostert. Yeah, Mostert definitely whipped on that one though. What do you think about Cook? Cook is still in. Cook is good. It appears
he was on a video chat with a sports channel today saying like, I'm going to be out there. Like, this is, I get it's I don't think he said lesser competition, but he intimated that this was a lesser competition, but that he's a warrior. He's going to be out there. Like, I've never seen a community, the fantasy community, blow up about James Cook and Ray Davis and Ty Johnson like last night. Like, it was a Wednesday and it's a maintenance day for a veteran, and all of a sudden, go get Ray Davis. No, it's Ty Johnson. No, it's Ray Davis. No, it's
Ray Davis.
I mean, again, I'm not convinced that it is Ray Davis based on a small sample size of one game last year. Ray Davis, his yards per carry is a full yard per carry less than Ty Johnson this year. He's playing far fewer snaps. He played on kick returns.
Right. Hey, not right. I'm sorry. Not right. Story. We've seen this before, right? That the practice squad player that's not active gets elevated and gets all the starting work. We've seen this before, and that's what this would be. Sven says, I'm banking on the Eagles to get a pick six. Who called 17 to 30 something on this channel? That would have been Mouth. He said 17 to 34. And is that also you, Story?
I think I said 35-17 or something along those lines.
Wow. Bink says, why the fuck does Peyton keep on giving Dobbins so many touches? Is it just me, or does Dobbins look like he's running in a pool? Dude, Dobbins looks slow as shit. You see the one good run he had out to the left side there where he just looks like he's limping? He's bad.
They need more outside zone stuff. I don't understand this off tackle, all the up the gut. But Dobbins, 4.3 yards per carry. RJ Harvey, 2.3 yards per carry. So you want to know why Peyton keeps giving so many touches? There you go, right there, 18 for 77. That's not a bad day.
Jay Moore, how long you been loving Rico? I was really high on him at the end of last year, and I think I had 10 shares of him drafted in redraft, and I have like 25% in best ball of Rico Dowdle. He was literally going as RB 50. It was crazy. I was just like, he's not in a timeshare with Chuba. I was like, he's a handcuff that's playable because he's a better pass catcher. And while I undersold my love for Rico, honestly, because we should have had Rico on every single team, right, Story?
Yeah.
Just because Chuba is not that good of a player. Like he's a captain, he's all that kind of stuff. He was bad early in his career. He had one good year. It was just based on volume.
Looking back, I overestimated how attached to him that organization, how attached to Chuba that organization was. But with how Rico looked at the end of last year, I should have been more aggressive with getting him this year.
following the money works at times, but we literally seen the same organization follow the money with Miles Sanders. If you followed the money and they not only like benched him, they cut him. So like it's not like crazy to say that a guy just gets paid. It's not like they're getting paid top 5 money at the running back position. Chuba was like what, top 15 money, which is good money for Chuba Hubbard, but it's not uncuttable or unbenchable, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well, in this case, benchable, but I don't know what his dead cap is next year, but I'm pretty sure he'll be on the Panthers next year, regardless.
Yeah, they got Jonathan Brooks coming back too. I know you love Jonathan Brooks' story.
I think that guy.
You loved him. You loved him.
Yeah. I did love him coming out of Texas, but I'm pretty sure that his career in the NFL was over before it began.
Michael says start Warren against Atlanta or Kittle against the Rams. Tyler Warren or Kittle?
Kittle.
Gotta stick with Kittle, right?
Gotta stick with Kittle. Yeah, I love Tyler Warren, but this is a start your stud situation.
Mark says I feel like a crack fiend with watching Thursday Night Football. Just a small hit. Can't wait for Sunday all day football. You know what? Thursday Night Football has been better this year than years past, but the last couple of weeks have been pretty porous. So the Sunday night games have been elite, and Monday night games have been good. But this is and the London games are terrible. We all know that. Any overseas game is just trash.
That makes me worried about this coming Monday or Sunday. This Jaguar or not Jaguars. Who is it? Falcons and who's
Falcons and Indy.
Yeah, and Indianapolis. That makes me a little worried.
Yeah, a little low-scoring sludge fest there. Sven, both coaches were chewing gum like crazy. You think it was laced with something to keep them awake?
Dude.
They're both old. This is an old man league. I mean, it's a young man's league, and these are 2 old men coaches. So,
I hate chewing gum. That is like my pet peeve. I cannot stand people chewing gum.
You're like a teacher. Teachers hate that shit too.
I hate it. I hate the sound. I hate the look. Such a nasty habit. I can't stand. It's not as bad as chewing tobacco, though. You ever been in a bar where somebody's like, give me a plastic cup with napkins, and they spit their nasty chaw in front of everybody? Get the hell out of here with that nonsense.
Erica once, I used to have, all my buddies over to jam. I'm a drummer, and I had a buddy that chewed that would spit into a little cup, water bottle, and she drank it, dude. She was so pissed. I can't believe she didn't leave me. Like, cause it wasn't my chew, but it was still like associated with me. Yeah, it makes you want to throw up just thinking about it.
Oh my God. I can't. Let's move on. I can't.
Yeah. Full PPR, Aaron Jones or Kamara rest of the season. I feel like Kamara's schedule the rest of the year is really good. He could be a solid RB2. This is a tough one. I want to go Kamara just based on the fact that traded Shaheed and he's Alvin Kamara. And,
yeah, but
Jordan Mason's
Kellen Moore does not seem interested in utilizing him in the passing game. Regardless, they were down by multiple scores last week, and they still only gave Kamara 3 targets total. So just moving Shaheed on, do I think that's going to change things for Kamara? No, I don't. Now, I have Kamara in a couple places, and I'm not willing to let him go because of that schedule that Bink mentioned. But it's Aaron Jones, right? It's got to be Aaron Jones for the rest of the season.
It's a weird world we're living in, man. We have Kamara is just dead to us. And I still think he's a buy low, but when I say buy low, like you're trading peanuts for him, like peanuts, like RJ Harvey for him.
Dude, no. RJ Harvey still has an opportunity to explode if Dobbins gets hurt.
But it's a lot. It's a big if. I mean, maybe not because it's Dobbins.
Well, no, I mean Dobbins got hurt tonight.
If you need a body, though, who would you rather start? Who would you rather start week to week currently, Kamara or RJ Harvey?
I'd roll. I would start Harvey and hope that he can stumble into some pass catching work. Kamara,
bad advice, Story. Bad advice, Story.
No. What is Kamara giving you? He hasn't given you. He's giving you one double.
Not yet. I still trust in Alvin Kamara a little bit, brother. A little bit.
I mean, Father Time is undefeated. When it comes hard. I love Alvin Kamara. Like I love that man, but I'm not willing. Like I think you could give like Josh Downs and get Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I would do that actually, because Kamara is still Kamara. We'll see. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just not going to give up on him yet. There's still some season to go. He's staying there. He's a good player still. He doesn't look bad. They're just not utilizing him. Yeah. Maybe they'll start. Maybe they'll start.
Maybe, but maybe the Broncos will start.
Seemingly. No. Sean Payton will never use him until there's an injury.
Well, we've got.
Did you see Tyler Bidet got the Turbo series, the 2-minute drill series? No. Yeah, at the end of the first half, he dropped a pass. Bidet was in there. This is shit's still happening with RJ Harvey. That's what I'm saying. So, like, you're not even getting that for RJ Harvey. So get out of here with this RJ Harvey shit. Bing says, I love when the hand goes flying off. He's talking about the Sunny clip where he's just he motions and the hand flies off and nobody look. And it's just his fucking plastic hand. Story, thoughts on my quarterback, JJ McCarthy going into Detroit, coming out of the W. Now, it was a game manager plus performance in his first game back. 2 touchdowns, rushing touchdown, 3 touchdowns total. But 142 yards passing, I believe, and it was not a lot of attempts. It was a JJ McCarthy Michigan game.
I was going to say
it's going to happen in Detroit.
It was fewer than 150 passing yards. So he's certain.
Now he's got the Ravens.
I'm not. Which Ravens? Like are the Ravens defense is getting healthier, but are we sure that they're back to snuff? I don't know. I'm a little worried about McCarthy. I'd probably sit him this week if you have other options. But I mean, good on him. Like good on him going into Detroit and coming out with a W. Like can't take anything away from it. He's a bit of an oddball. I will say that.
Oddball for sure. Max says, "What's going on, Max? Is Brissett a good second quarterback? And if Hampton comes back today, who do I drop? B-Rob, Sharp, or Hendy?" Well, the nice thing is Hampton's not coming back to like week 14, brother. And maybe 13. What do you think? Like when do you put the timeline? And then what's the answer?
I would guess based on the reports I read today, week 14 is a realistic outcome for when he's coming back. I would also be prepared to be without Bucky Irving until week 13. But they could shut him down for the season. Like just so it's a shoulder subluxation, which usually you can come back from in 4 or 5 weeks. Which the severity here, they obviously gambled on having him back in fewer than 4 games, and that didn't work out. This is a situation where trying to think who else. Like there was who's that running back that? Oh, it was Christian McCaffrey. Who's that running back? It was Christian McCaffrey last year, where it's just like it was going to look good, and then all of a sudden he's out for the season. So it sucks, but Buka might not be coming back this year.
Who you dropping? Sharp, Hendy, or B-Rob, or Hampton when he comes back?
Probably
B-Rob.
Yeah, it would be B-Rob. Assuming that everything else stays the same, like the roles all stay the same between now and then, it would be B-Rob.
All right, I'm going to hit you guys with the intro. We'll get back to all your questions here. Actually, real quick, J-Bob gave me a super, so we're going to get to that first. What's your all Super Bowl picks, not Rob's insane odds-based one? Oh, my Ravens one? Like, that's just because the odds, and it's what he said. Give me your Super Bowl picks. Right now, Story, it's tough because don't tell me the Broncos.
No, it's not the Broncos. I think this is the year that Dan Campbell punches through and makes it to the Super Bowl with Detroit. I really do. If they don't do it this year, it's gonna be a rough go. And then I hate to say it, but it's probably Kansas City. They're the most well-rounded team in the AFC.
I'm gonna sell out here and give you two on each side, just to cover my bases here. It's the Bills and it's the Ravens. Okay, it's one of those two teams. It's one of those two teams for sure.
Ravens got a long road to hoe.
And I'm going to tell you, it's the Eagles and it's the Rams. It's those two teams, and the third team would be the Lions. Jared Goff, man, when under pressure is just bad. He's bad, and if they can't secure home field, like if they have to go to Philly, like Jared Goff in Philly, do you want to bet on the Lions? The outdoor game, cold game with Jared Goff? No, I don't want to do it. And Matt Stafford can do it. Is the point. He can win in Philly, and he can win outside. And those are my two. And I know the Ravens one sounds batshit crazy, but like it's not. We all know football, right? And the Ravens are an elite team.
That old man Matthew Stafford is going to maintain for the rest of the season. Like it's a tough pace for them to keep up with. Their defense looks good. I'll give them that.
Their defense looks good, and Puka and Adams is rejuvenated, man. And Corum looks good as a backup. Like they got backups to backups. That's the thing. They have depth in this team. How they did this with losing all those draft picks from the Jared Goff trade after the Super Bowl, like going all in that year. How they revamped this team, and I just trust Sean McVay, man. Sean McVay is elite.
He's not elite. He's fine.
Shut the hell up. I'm playing the intro, and then we're gonna get back to your questions. Talk about Jerry Jones real quick.
I don't
And
quite understand that reference. I know it's a Family Guy. I don't quite understand the reference.
That's Mickey Rooney, who's on crazy pills, right?
Okay.
Jerry Jones. And I'm gonna play this clips courtesy of Sports Memes Channel, and this kind of gets this is my idea. This is a good one.
All right, realtor, I'll sell you my mansion for 2 draft picks.
Deal, sucker.
All right, let me go ahead and find a 2-bedroom bungalow in Gary, Indiana.
That's what he did. He literally traded Micah Parsons for Quinnen Williams, who is a fine player. He ain't Micah Parsons.
No, he's not. Jerry Jones.
And lost 8 weeks. He lost 8 weeks of the season, and he said, literally, his quote was, "I'm getting too old. I have to win now." Then why didn't you pay Micah Parsons, you moron?
Maybe
he's talking out both sides of his mouth.
Maybe he only figured it out 2 months in the season. We don't know. He's nuts, man. He's way off his rocker.
He's awful. And also for everyone in here, Sports Memes Channel, check it out on YouTube. Do us all a favor, subscribe to his channel. He's helping me out with these memes, and I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. And one more time, Discord. Get in the Discord. Shout out to the guys in the Patreon that are in the Discord. And Trade Fan, 100% deposit match. Awesome daily fantasy site sponsoring the show today. Got my own tournament on there. Check it out. The promo code is PROFAN if you want to get in there and support me, support them. And I wouldn't recommend it if it wasn't legit. So there it is. So Jerry Jones, it's over, right? They're not going to make any noise this year.
No, I don't. Are people saying that the Cowboys are going to make a run here? Because there's not a whole lot to like about that Cowboys defense.
No, I mean, they did improve it. It's improved. It's like dressing up a fat pig, nasty whore and like putting makeup on her and putting a dress on her and like taking her to a ball. She's still a fat, nasty, gross whore, and she just looks better. But like she's underneath is what counts, right?
We could agree that Jerry Jones is the problem. I mean, he did come out today and say that he knows that he's been making mistakes, but he also didn't come out and say, "I'm going to step down as a GM here," either. Like, he's said this stuff before it, and his ego's too big for him to actually do something about it. There's, barring forced retirement due to a hostile takeover or a medical situation, there's no reason that he would ever step down as GM. So the Cowboys can continue to live in this mediocrity for the duration.
Yeah, Nick says Green Bay is buns. I mean, they've maybe underperformed a little bit. They had some rough losses, but like what Brick says, and Blake is a Green Bay fan. He's also the nicest man ever. Shout out to my media manager, Blake. Who's your team? Because like they're still a top 7, top 8, top 9 team in the league. So like, and they're a great franchise. And we're Bears fans over here, and I can admit they're a great franchise. So like, I want to hear what are you, a fucking Patriots fan? Because like even if you're a Steelers fan, I can tell you Green Bay is a better franchise than Pittsburgh. So like, who are you a fan of to say that? And they're not buns, really. Like the buns are fucking, the Dolphins are buns.
Yeah, the Dolphins
right?
are buns. I will say
the
that
Browns are buns.
The Green Bay offense can underperform at times. So then you're kind of relying on the defense to keep you in games. But in fact, I just dropped Jordan Love to pick up Sam Darnold this week because I don't trust him against that Eagles defense.
I could see that. Michael says Chuba is on my waiver. Is that bad? I don't even want to pick him up. Chuba is, where do you put him in the conversation? Would you rather have Brian Robinson or Chuba? Because they're both handcuffs now, apparently, right?
Yeah, they're both
Chuba's
handcuffs.
probably more playable.
But Chuba's more playable, and Rico got banged up last week. So I think you probably, if Chuba's out there, you probably got to scoop him up.
Yeah, he's definitely worth an ad. Like, I'd want him over Isaiah Davis. I'd want him over Dylan Sampson. Like, would you want him over Dylan Sampson, right?
100% over Sampson. Isaiah Davis, I'm still holding out hope.
I want to talk to Sampson.
I want to talk to Sampson. Climb to the moon like that bitch Alice Cram.
Flex Manungai, Judkins, or Ibuka. PPR Ibuka, half PPR Judkins.
Yep, that's pretty simple.
It might be Judkins. It might be Judkins either way, bro.
Well, you gotta look at the. There's a beat writer for Tampa that I follow. He's got the inside scoop. He says Ibuka looks fully healthy. Like the bye week was good. Like he was playing the last 2 weeks before the bye really hobbled from this injury. He looks good again, so hopefully he comes back. And they need him. Godwin's not coming back till December or at the earliest, if he does at all. Evans is
McMillan might not come back. Like it's a fucking mess there. And Bucky's out. Like Bucky is a thing too.
Bucky's out.
Rashad White is just not a 3-down back. He's fine. He gets the carries, but
he's a good play for the time being.
But it's just not like it's nothing sexy. It's very unsexy. You got to be drunk to take that running back home from the bar story.
Maybe.
Not for me. I'll take it home sober. Jay Moore, start 1 wide receiver, flex 2. Juwan Jennings, Marvin Harrison, Loveland, Hendy, full PPR. Marvin Harrison for sure. I don't care the matchup. No, Cole Kmet's back this week apparently. So is it Juwan Jennings?
Did he make it through protocol already?
Yeah, I think he did, man. So Jennings, Marvin Harrison, and Hendy. Are we sitting Loveland, or are we going Loveland and benching Juwan Jennings?
As long as Brissett's playing, Marvin Harrison is a top 15 wide receiver, so he's in for sure. It looks like Stevenson's not going to play. They have no choice but to give Henderson more work, so he's in. And I might stay with Loveland here. Jennings scored the touchdown last week, but Loveland, maybe they it flipped a switch with the coach and they're going to get him more involved, even with Kmet coming off the concussion. Man, that is really close. Jennings, they play the Rams.
Marvin Harrison and Hendy for sure. We have those two.
And I think push comes to shove, I think I would go Jennings actually. Give me the wide receiver.
Give me the number 1 receiver. Jay Moore, should I drop Bo Nix with Drake May as my starter? Absolutely. You agree?
Yep. If you have a deep league, feel free to keep him. But otherwise, if you're in a 12 team with standard benches, send him to the wire. He's going to have blow up games. That's what he does, but he's not going to be a consistent asset, especially Drake May. Good on you.
And that defense is so good in Denver, even without Surtain. Absolutely. We're always dropping Bo Nix.
Absolutely. I'm always looking for Jack Doyle.
I started Bowers, Nix, Sutton, Dobbins, and Geno. Jesus. It's multiple leagues, not the same league, but Forrest is starting a 2-quarterback league. Oh, Geno is looking like a decent start at the beginning of the game, I guess. Sorry, free throw. Also, shout out free throw to be a
maybe go out and take a walk on Sunday. Enjoy the fresh air.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's nice weather. I've never seen Story react like that. I don't know what he's exactly talking about. By the way, what?
Probably the drinking the straw.
Yeah, the straw. And by the way, Blake is getting trolled on this channel for the Green Bay thing. So that means you hit it, Blake. Blake, you're a celebrity on this channel, so they're trying to fucking get under your skin, baby. Don't let them get to it. That's also a stupid comment. They're fine. 5-2-1. Jesus, the sky is falling. I don't care who they lost to. They also beat good teams. Jay, she might be after telling that story. I don't know what that means. We have a super.
It's probably the story about her drinking the thing. There you go. Super chat.
Oh, does Story hate Loveland as much as Rob does? We're warming. We both hated him.
I hated the pick. I hated the usage, and I hated the fact that they paid Cole Kmet and then they drafted a tight end at 10 overall. And I thought it was a pick to show that the new coach thinks that he's smarter than everybody else, which I still think that he does. I'm not impressed by Ben Johnson in the least this year. They're winning a few games, but that doesn't really mean anything. They put up 47 points against the Bengals defense, but they let the Bengals offense score 42 points on you. So whatever. I am warming. Maybe they'll start to utilize Loveland. When he was healthy at Michigan, he was good. He was great, actually. He was great. And they just didn't need to showcase him much. And it's probably the same case here. So I don't hate him. I hate the pick.
Agreed. Carlos, JJ or Fields this week? JJ McCarthy or Fields this week?
McCarthy. Dude, I'm done with Fields.
Cleveland.
I'm
not done with them. I just don't like. I like the Cleveland matchup stuff.
That's a really tough matchup, but it's got to be he's got to string together a couple good games. It's got to be a really soft matchup for me to even think about starting Justin Fields again. I can't take another 4 points from my quarterback. I can't do it. I can't have it. You've seen Goodfellas, right?
Yeah.
When they're trying to talk to Henry Hill and tell him to come back because so De Niro and Paul Sorvino are there. They're talking to Ray Liotta, and De Niro's like, your wife keeps calling me. He's like, hey, I can't do it. I can't have it. Can't do it.
I can't do it. I traded Judkins from Riley. I traded Judkins, Corum, Darnell Washington for Kraft, a 2027 first and 2/3 in Dynasty. Tight end premium. So I think I'm fine with that because it's tight end premium. I don't like giving up Judkins. You get in the picks and an elite tight end and tight end premium. Obviously, you're punting on the season. I'm fine with that. We're not Dynasty bros, but that's more of a question for the Discord, honestly.
Well, I guess it depends on when this happened. Beginning of the season, that's a pretty fair trade. Right now, I would have wanted more than 2/3. I would have wanted 2 seconds.
Yeah, because Kraft might be back till he's a badass, but week 4, week 5 next year, maybe later. Who knows?
I'm fairly confident he'll start the year on the pup based on when the injury happened.
Yeah, Riley, get in the Discord. This is a question for the Discord. Have 60 people look this fucking thing over, at least like 10 that will look it over, and 60 eyeballs. Right? That's what we want.
Well, if you should, that'd be 120 eyeballs for the most part.
Some people have one eyes. We're not all Lance Armstrongs with one ball. Fuck Lance Armstrong. Mark says Benson back next week. It's not looking great. I mean,
yeah,
it sucks. He'll be back. He'll be back though. Benson or Bucky? Who plays first? Benson or Bucky?
Benson.
Oh Jesus, that's bad. That's bad.
Bucky was my first round pick in a couple leagues, and there's nothing you could do. Like I just wish that they would shut him down, or would have shut him down. But whatever, it is what it is.
Coaches don't like using their IR spots because they're very stingy with those things.
It's so stupid though. Like you got such flexibility where you can activate a guy, and then you have 3 full weeks to even start practicing him. Plus, you get the flexibility of another roster spot. You telling me that the Bucs couldn't have used another wide receiver, another special teams guy, another defensive lineman that they could have called up from the practice squad? And you got Bucky Irving sitting around there. Put him on IR now. Let him sit up.
Meanwhile, Story, they use challenge flags like they're nothing, even though you only get a couple.
Yeah, they'll call timeouts 5 minutes into the game. Right?
So stupid, bro. Jay Moore drop Pat's defense for Ravens. Also added Loveland for Horton. Loveland for Horton's good. The defenses are just kind of a toss up. I don't like Ravens defense. Ravens schedule is elite. It's elite, and their defense is healthy. Not a great defense though.
Who are they playing this week?
Ravens.
Yeah.
Vikings. They have the Vikings.
It's not a bad one. They should be able to get some pressure on JJ McCarthy, force them into some errors, but they're not creating a whole lot of turnovers though. Yet. We'll see as it continues to get healthier.
Michael says it's pretty clear that at the moment that Brian Thomas was the worst pick in fantasy. You remember where I had Brian Thomas ranked this year in fantasy?
18 or something?
The little story? 18. I had wide receiver 18. That was a third round pick.
Right?
That novel you're writing? You hear that novel?
Did I? Yeah, there's another Family Guy reference for all you folks out there.
That's documented though. It's on record. Me hating Brian. I have zero share. I traded for Brian Thomas 2 weeks ago. Now I regret that at very low market value. That's how bad he's been. I traded Chase Brown for him, and it's
a low grade high ankle sprain. That's never good.
We have a Seinfeld reference here. What's the deal with Bucky?
What's the deal with airplane food?
It's not good. I love the when Jerry marries is engaged to Janine Garoppolo, and he's like, I hate her. She's like myself, and she's like, what's the deal with lunch? Like why don't they call it dinner for dinner? Why don't they call it dinner? She's just like looking at her like, fuck you, bitch.
He's like, I don't know.
Totally something he would fucking say. Bucky, we don't know. It's not looking good. Free throw. Connor, Darnold, or Mariota in Superflex. This is easy as hell. It's Darnold. Mariota's fine though, but
he's a fine Superflex play. He's gonna get some rushing yards.
J Bob shaking his head at my Ravens call. Hey, dude, why are we forgetting how good Lamar Jackson is and how good this team is? Like, yeah, rough start. Guess what? Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, last time I checked, are healthy and playing football for the Ravens. Did we all forget about this story? Like,
is that true? They're playing for the Ravens. I didn't know that Derrick Henry.
And Kyle Hamilton's probably a top 5 defensive player in the NFL. You can't debate that one. Dude,
no,
Kyle Hamilton's
I'll give you top 10, but not top 5. Come on.
He's versatile as hell, bro.
Yeah, versatility doesn't necessarily make you a top 5 defensive player.
I think so. Okay, fair. Top 10.
Top 10.
Okay, top 10. That's fine. That's fine. Roquan's good. Roquan's top 10 at his position. There's not many.
I love that
play
the
his position anymore.
Bears cast off guys in the prime of their careers, and they go on to have amazing years afterwards, right?
That's what we
Greg
do.
Olsen.
Michael, if the 49ers were healthy, they would be legit. They would legit be strong Super Bowl contenders. I mean, they still kind of are. I think they're kind of fraudulent, but the thing is, they'll never be healthy because Kyle Shanahan, for some reason, can never have a healthy squad, and he does overuse his players. But it's something beyond that because we're talking about defensive players now. You're not overworking Nick Bosa or any of these other guys. But it's every year with this shit.
If CMC makes it through the year healthy, I will be floored. Absolutely floored. I mean, you're giving the guy 29 touches a game. That is bananas. Like, it's unheard of in today's
sorry.
NFL.
I do have my voodoo theory, which is very, very much paying off. I said that week 2 that he has just had a voodoo doll. He's pillaging all the health of the other players in the team to stay healthy. It's looking like that's the case. So as long as no one steals it, and breaks into his house and steals a voodoo doll, he'll be healthy.
Fuck you, Jobu. I do it myself.
Yeah, Jobu. I still can't believe the Chiefs aren't favorites, so they aren't. From Jay. I think the Bills are a better team. I think Josh Allen's so good.
Chiefs are the favorite to win the Super Bowl as we speak.
And they're in third place in their division. What a wacky world we're living in.
I mean, think about the Bills got smoked by the Falcons, who then proceeded to get smoked by the Dolphins. So, Dolphins better than Bills?
No. How about those Cowboys from Greg Wright? They suck. I would be so sad if I was a Cowboys fan. Dakota, finally, the Orange Ricky is back. The Orange Ricky. I want to take the Haskins off the wall and wear that, but I love having it on the wall. Jerry Jones is the NFL's James Dolan. Jerry Jones is a clown. Cowboys 3 Cowboys in a row. Cowboys defense sucked with him on it. Empty pressures against any. Oh, you're talking about Micah Parsons? I mean, dude, Micah Parsons is a top 5. He's actually a top 5 defensive player in the NFL, right, Story?
Yeah, he is.
So you have to pay him. Again, you have to pay. Like the problem is that you have to pay your assets, otherwise they're depreciated, and you have to trade them for nothing. And that's what they did. They essentially traded away Micah Parsons for Quinnen Williams, and they got a one, maybe 20 slots up in a draft. That's not worth it. Quinnen Williams is bad, dude. He's not that good.
But devil's advocate, Quinnen Williams is still under contract for 2 more years after this. So they keep whiffing on defensive linemen in the draft. You might as well get a proven asset that is going to be someone that you can rely on for the next 3 years.
Or just sign Micah Parsons. Who cares about the money? You could fucking fudge the cap, Story. It's easy to fudge the cap in the NFL. It's easy. You see it all the time.
I'm well aware of it. The Saints always seem to be riding up against the cap, and yet they find ways to pay players.
CK, what's going on, brother? Still looking for opinions on my Cook and AJ Brown for CMC in a 10-man PPR. 10-man PPR, I'm down with that trade. If it's a 12-man, absolutely not. But 10-man, you're getting the best player in fantasy.
4 and 5. Yeah, you might as well take a swing here. We're getting down to crunch time. Yep, go for it.
Sven, is this Derrick Henry? Do you prefer this week and rest of the season, Brees or Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry by a landslide, dude.
Derrick Henry this week, and they're probably dead even rest of season. Like I
dead
got a feeling,
even. You want Brees Hall over Derrick Henry?
Dude, I got a feeling Brees Hall is going to run like a madman. He's going to be showcasing himself.
Yeah,
this year.
I don't care. He's on the Jets, dude. Their defense sucks. They don't throw the ball to the fucking running backs.
He's been performing.
Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry. What are you talking about, Story?
Pretty sure that Brees Hall has more fantasy points on the season, even though he's on the Jets.
You want to make a side bet right now, rest of the season, Derrick Henry, Brees Hall, full PPR?
Yeah, we'll do that. Because I think my Theo Johnson bet's going to come through.
No, Juwan's better than him. We'll make this one. Let's make this 150 though. I'm feeling very confident about this one. You got the money. You own a business. You're rich.
We'll talk.
Oh, well, come on, right now on air. $20. $20.
I'd say, yeah. Well, hang on. I want to check something. Yeah. So Juwan Johnson 69.4, Theo Johnson 66.8. They're neck and neck right now.
Okay.
Let's see I want to see where Brees Hall is. This isn't a half PPR. Brees Hall has 100.56 fantasy points on the season, and Derrick Henry, 102.5.
Yeah, so
also neck and neck.
I'm talking about rest of the season, though. Derrick Henry has the easiest schedule ever.
Yeah.
And he's going to smash
Probably
Brees Hall,
not.
dude.
I'm not taking that bet.
Yeah. Okay.
Lamar's
Talk
back.
yourself out of it. You son of a bitch. Okay. Since you backed out, it's like the cash out option at DraftKings. You owe me fucking $18.
I think I owe you 10% based on their standard cash out. Once you place a bet immediately, they knock off 10%.
Yeah. Okay. So it was a $50 bet. You owe me $5. Thank you. Should I accept the offer of getting Rashad White for Stafford? I have Lamar. With what you're saying about Bucky Irving, you do that trade, right?
Yeah, I would. I mean, if you have Lamar, why are you keeping Stafford around anyway? You get a startable asset at least for the next 3 weeks. Like Bucky coming off the bye, not even on the practice field, not limited, not doing drills, like literally not at practice. That's a bad sign.
Not good.
Yeah,
it's not good. I think the winner Monday night is the NFC favorite to win the Super Bowl from J-Bob. The Lions can't be forgotten, and the Rams. I think it's those 4 teams. The Bucks would be in there as well. That's 5. But they're beat up, man.
Yeah. Let's see. I know the Packers have the 7th best odds to win the Super Bowl. Pretty sure the Eagles are like the 3rd best or somewhere along those lines. I hate this. Just give me where, like, FanDuel's so crowded nowadays. It's tough to find what you're looking for. They're just putting so many prop bets out there. Here we go. All right, Eagles. Yeah, Eagles plus 750 and Green Bay plus 1,000. Hey, Baltimore plus 1,800. That's ticking up.
Still good odds, man.
Yeah, it is really good. That's. I mean, they got a long way to go.
Nah, not for me. They don't.
They lose one game. They lose one.
They're not going to lose one game.
I'm just saying they lose one game. They probably lose 80% of their chance to make the playoffs. They lose 2. They just have to go 2-0 against the Steelers. That's all they have to do. It's gonna be tough. It's division.
It's the Steelers. Their defense is fucking terrible.
CK,
drop one. Tracy Hubbard or DeMarcado for Musgrave. Well, DeMarcado in the short term. If you don't need him for like the next 2 weeks, then it's DeMarcado. If you need someone the next 2 weeks, it's Hubbard.
For Musgrave, I have Fannin. Why would you need to? Is Fannin on bye? No, the Browns are back.
Fannon's hurt. Fannon's hurt though.
He is.
Oh yeah. Pick up Njoku everywhere, boys. Fannin had a hamstring pop up post bye, so he's out this week most likely.
No kidding. I did not hear
Njoku season, man.
Added to injury report on Thursday.
It's not good. He gone. Mr. Free Throw. Fun fact: I coach basketball at Lance Armstrong's high school alma mater. Do they sell it, Mr. Free Throw? Do they celebrate him there? Because
that's a good question.
They might celebrate his one nut, but the guy is a total turd and just a despicable human being that I don't endorse at all. I'm not going to put him in the Jared from Subway category, but he ain't far off, man. He has let himself into that category without even touching children. That's bad. Like that it takes a lot to get in that category. And he literally sued people that were poor for saying the truth about him. And you're a fucking steroid user. I don't care about steroid user. I celebrate them. I love Barry Bonds, for instance. But Barry Bonds didn't sue people over that shit. And Lance Armstrong just kind of a prick. Again, we always shout this out. Great cameo in Dodgeball. I mean,
yes.
One of the best, right? One of the best. We love it. But other than that, he's just kind of a douchebag. So burn in hell? He's still alive, so he can't burn in hell. But one day he will. He's actually not hell worthy. But GT, Brian Thomas or Rashad White rest of season?
I would probably roll the dice with Rashad White. Like I think there's a 35% chance that Bucky doesn't see the field again this year.
You think there's that much of a chance he doesn't see the field? You think he's out for the year?
Yeah, I mean, this is not usual. This is not typical. This is not standard. You don't see a guy not get put on IR, get held out through the bye week after missing 4 games, and then not hit the practice field. They're not telling us something. There's something going on there.
Well, Todd Bowles does do this. Which injury would you say it's holding him out? The foot or what is it? The shoulder?
It's definitely the shoulder because he's been running, but he's not been taking contact.
Is he wearing one of those red jerseys?
He won't.
Yes, I'm so good at that, bro. I am so. I'll just lead you on a path like Alice in Wonderland path. Yep, boom, slam dunk.
Go
jump a little higher, Spudweb. Slam dunk. That's from The Burbs. You've seen The Burbs, right?
Yeah.
Great movie.
It's pretty funny. Who would you take rest of the season?
I don't know. I can't just give up on Bucky, man. I can't.
I don't think you're giving up on Bucky. At the very least, you're renting a top 18 running back for the next 3 weeks while Brian Thomas is nursing a high ankle sprain.
Can I just give the answer as Parker Washington?
Hey, how happy do you think Jacoby Myers is tonight? Like he's probably sitting in a hotel room in Jacksonville somewhere, being like, "Damn, I dodged a bullet tonight."
By the way, can I just give a shot at the fantasy football counselor who just talked up Dante Thornton on every episode of his show? And Dante Thornton literally pretty much cost him the game tonight, right? The bad catch, and also the clear pass interference, like the offensive, like where he's trying to make the pick play. He didn't make it. Dante Thornton's not an NFL player. He's an elite NFL talent, but you said it, Story, about these Tennessee receivers with no production coming out. Jalen Hyatt is a prime example. They will never be anything in the NFL because the NFL requires, talent in terms of like brain talent and, knowing how to read a playbook and knowing how to catch a football.
Technique. They require technique. Josh Heupel's system does not require that when you're throwing the ball 45 times a game and you're disguising coverage and getting guys open downfield, like chunk gains. Go watch a Tennessee game. And you'll see a guy named Chris Brazzell pop off this year. He's going to make some waves in the draft process, and people are going to be enamored with him. But I'm telling you, the guy has hands of stone. Like, it's not going to translate well to the NFL. So don't be fooled by this coming in next year.
And just so you know, like he talked to every episode is a must draft. Take him in the 9th round. Reach on him. He's going to be awesome. Yeah. You know who's going in the 9th round? Javonte Williams, Tucker Kraft. Guys I talked about. Guys you talked about. Also Tyler Warren. Like, that people listen to this clown. Like, you know why? Because he had Dante Thornton on his show. And if he has anyone on his show, I get it. Like, it's cool. But like, also you're giving people advice that are spending money on this shit based on your support because like he was on your show. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're on my show.
I didn't realize that he hosted Dante Thornton on his show. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's that popular where he actually gets like NFL players on his show, which is funny. Like, I want to get like Pam Anderson. I'm gonna get Pam Anderson on my show. And I'll just be like, draft Pam Anderson in the 9th round. She's got big cans.
Can you imagine how popular we would be if you got Pamela Anderson on the show?
Well, now she's not great, but I'm just telling you this right now. If you drafted Pam Anderson in the 9th round, you would be doing better in fantasy than if you drafted Dante Thornton because you might have started Dante Thornton a couple weeks and he got you nothing. At least you would have realized I should probably drop Pam Anderson and then you would have got someone else. I'm just saying, that's how bad of a call that was.
I think we should shoot for the moon and try to get Sydney Sweeney on the pod.
Ooh, and you keep her on your roster just for like good vibes.
Yeah, good vibes.
Unfortunately, all your players would just be like super like low energy because they'd all had just nutted before the game. And like as we know, you're not supposed to blow your load before an athletic event. So you're supposed to keep that, keep that in.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
No, that's fact, man. It takes away like your edge, dude.
I mean, there's no. First of all, I doubt there's any studies.
No, there is. Trust me, I know this because I play a lot of sports. I never do it before bowling or golf.
You want to let off that steam?
No, you want to keep the edge, man. You want to keep the edge. Like, the whole, one of my favorite scenes in movie history is Something About Mary when he's like, you gotta, you're going there with a loaded gun, the date, and he like jerks off, and that's when he gets the famous jizz in Cameron Diaz's hair. That's also a bad strategy, first of all, because now you're going to be going with an empty gun, and when she wants to do it, like you can still do it, but you want to have that freshness, right? We got a little off track here, but that's if you're new to the show, get used to it. Max says, what are the chances Myers becoming the alpha number 1 in Jacksonville?
Not good because Trevor Lawrence loves the slot this year. He loves Pepper in the slot, and they already said that Parker Washington is going to maintain the slot role. So Jacoby Myers is going to primarily work outside, at least for the first couple of weeks while he gets acclimated to the offense. So if it happens, it would be several weeks in, and I'm not sure you can trust any wide receiver other than Parker Washington, and his targets might tick downward as well. So just be careful with him going forward.
So you want Parker Washington over Jacoby Myers rest of the season?
I do, yeah.
Well, and Brian Thomas though is still the number 1 there if he's healthy.
Yeah, but again, a low-grade high ankle sprain doesn't sound very promising to me.
But you're not into Jacoby Myers at all, because I'm not either. I think it's probably a worse move for him, but that's
There's
possible.
not. I don't. You keep an eye on things there, but I think that Parker Washington is a good spot start. There's another week 14. There's another 4 teams on bye, so it goes week 12. There's 2 teams, and then there's nobody on bye in week 13. Then 4 teams on bye in week 14. This is
13 is Thanksgiving week. That's why.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Mr. Free Throw, how different might the Ravens season be if they had won against the Bills week 1? They had beaten the Bills week 1. I don't think much different because their defense got decimated and that Lamar got hurt. That was really why.
I mean, butterfly effect, right? If they had won in week 1, who's to say who would have gotten hurt? Maybe Lamar would have gotten hit by a car celebrating the win against the Bills. You don't know.
A lot of people over here saying they want Breece Hall over Derrick Henry. You want to do that bet again?
Lamar's back.
Mr. Free Throw, Cowboys fan here. Unfortunately, I don't disagree. We should have paid him, but Micah has 1 sack in 4 career playoff games. I don't care about sacks. I care about pressures. I care about impact on the game. Micah gets double teams. Get out of here with these stats. Sacks the dumbest stat in the world. It really is. And Lance Armstrong will tell you as much because he has a half a sack. I've been drinking. They should have paid him, right? 100% should have paid him, or are you on the edge?
I think they should have paid him. Those kinds of guys don't grow on trees, and it's impossible to draft those kind of guys with any kind of consistency. So, yeah, why wouldn't you pay a guy like that?
All I can tell you is that Sauce Gardner, who has a giant contract already, they didn't even sign him, that's 2 first-round picks and a former second-round pick who is a second-year player. Sauce Gardner is nothing like Micah Parsons. So they essentially got more for Sauce Gardner than the Cowboys got for Micah Parsons. That's all I got to tell you, right? Sauce Gardner is not great. He has some all pros, but I'm sorry.
Fine.
Man, yeah. He's fine. He's not Patrick Surtain. I'm telling you that I believe Micah Parsons is the linebacker, outside linebacker version of Patrick Surtain, right? That level of player.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. You're saying that equivalent, he's he's as important to his position as Patrick Surtain.
Surtain. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would say so.
And Sauce Gardner is not, and they got 2 first rounders, and that was the middle of the year. Think how much more valuable that Parsons trade was for the Packers week 1, going into week 1. They got him week 1, baby, not a rental. They had to pay him, but Jay Moore, starters May, Bijan, Rico, Ibuka, Marvin Harris, and Tyler Warren, Flex, Hendy, Jennings. That's a lot of stuff. I don't know what you're asking there. Who should I add? Well, I can tell you who should drop is probably Bo Nix. Drop Bo Nix, baby. Get him out of town.
Chase Brown on the bench for him. That's wild.
Yeah, you need to trade Chase Brown right now. Trade Chase Brown and
also trade Loveland high. You've got Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
Trade Loveland.
Yeah, trade Loveland and Chase Brown and get yourself something there. Ron says, would you play Monungai or Henderson this week? Let's assume Swift plays.
Swift's playing. Yeah, Swift was not a full participant, but he was back at practice and looked pretty good. So he's playing. So we got to see how that split's going to be divvied up. I think there's going to be more of a 50-50 split, but Terrell Jennings is not really much of a factor. This is Henderson's week.
Pour one out for Nealon, man. He killed himself apparently. What the fuck's going on here?
Did you hear about that this morning?
No, so I heard he died.
He fled from the police outside of Dallas. They lost him, or they didn't chase him, or something along those lines. Then later on, they found the car, and he had shot himself in the head.
Why was he fleeing from police?
Nobody, we don't know. I think I don't know why they initiated a traffic stop, but it's a terrible situation. It's tragic. Obviously, thoughts and prayers to the family, but that's horrible. It's just the
24 years old, bro. Come on, man.
I mean, remember that? Remember the Vikings guy a few years ago? He was dealing with some mental illness stuff. He disappeared before a game, and they couldn't find him. This is another situation. The league needs to do a better job of getting these guys, recognizing the signs of mental illness, and getting these guys help when they need it. Because these guys are warriors that put their bodies on the line every week for us, and we often leave them hanging out to dry. It's terrible.
And in reality, compared to the other sports, they're underpaid. You know, the quarterbacks are, I'm saying these like defensive ends and shit.
Right.
Like with agents and taxes, bro, especially if you play in California, you're making nothing. Like not nothing compared to us. $600,000 is a lot of money a year, but their shelf life is 4 years. That's not enough money for guys that are putting their body and their brains on the line. And
especially
they don't know where to
guys
go.
who are on kick returns and punt returns, often the most
Crazy,
violent
bro.
collisions on the field, and those are guys often getting paid the least amount of money.
It's just gross, and you know what? We support it, and this is what the channel's based on. So I'm not going to sit here and just say like we're at fault, because we're not. You know, the NFL's at fault. Pay these guys more, have better insurance policies, have people looking at these people, because they won't do it. And you know what? No one cares is the point. We're going to bring it up and talk about it, but no one really cares.
Yeah, I mean, we could still be supporting the sport and enjoying the entertainment while advocating for better practices. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. But if the NFL continues down this path, it's going to be harder and harder for them to maintain a quality product on the field, which is going to hurt them in the long run. So we'll see how short-sighted they are. But that's a bit of a side. We got off the topic a little bit.
Yeah, Jay Moore, who should I drop for Knicks? Only one spot available. This is a very loaded question. Jay Moore, you got to get in the Discord. Link for the Patreon's in the description, and then we can answer these. Like, you got to give us like a picture of who's available, because even if you were to tell me, that's just too much on this current live show. So I'm me and Story and everyone in the chat is more than willing to help you out with this one, but I just can't do it right now. I'll tell you, Tyler Algier. How about that? But also just, get in there. I had my answer for everything.
Ryan Robinson.
Start 2 out of these RBs, Derrick Henry, Judkins, and Barkley.
That is a wealth of talent there on your team. Man.
Yeah. Shout out Scott. He's a professional fanatic on the Patreon. Shout you out, man. It's Henry and Barkley? Or is it
Henry and Barkley. I mean, you might as well go with the higher scoring game. I think the over-under in that Jets game is 37.5. So
Flex, Rashad White, Waddle, or Debo. It's not Debo. It's definitely not Debo.
Waddle.
Even if Bucky's out, you're not going Rashad White?
No. They've started to give some more work to Sean Tucker. Rashad White's still going to have a very solid game, but dude, Waddle is necessary to that offense. Also, who popped their head up at the tight end position for the Dolphins last week?
Hill?
I can't remember. I'll look it up.
It doesn't matter. They suck.
I know. It's interesting because my point is, like, that's the guy that's getting targets. Waddle is super necessary to that team.
Yeah, because it's nobody. DB says, look at Story, man. What a handsome and knowledgeable man. Ooh, you got a fan club here.
Much love, DB. And
DB now a semi-pro on the Patreon tier. Shout you out, right. Carlos Story spitting facts. You got people just slurping you right now. Again, no one ever slurps me, but it's fine.
What did I say? If you do your job well, no one will
love
know
my guests. They love my guests. You know what? Loving my guests is a reflection of loving me, Story, because I only have the best on here.
Greg Dulcich, 5 for 49.
Oh, yeah, Dulcich, the ex Denver. Hey, Denver could use him right now because Evan Ingram is dead to the world.
Put that guy in a milk carton.
What the hell's going on? They could use him. They're throwing to Adam Troutman and Adam Prentice. What the hell? Wacky.
Mims is done, right? Like the guy is not going to be a regular contributor.
He ain't even playing for one. Even when he was playing his allotment of 40% of the snaps is all he can handle. He's got asthma or something, I think. Something. No one is talking about the Colts being contenders. They got the pieces. The trade is nice for the short term. I am not a Colts guy. I'm on the record saying that the Ravens have a better chance to win their Super Bowl than them this year. That's just a fact.
Well, it's not a fact, but because the
sportsbook
literally have the Colts at plus 1,000 and the Ravens at plus 1,800.
Would you ever bet the Colts at 10-1 to win the Super Bowl?
No, I wouldn't. But I do think
we bet the Ravens. We personally both bet the Ravens, so that tells you all you know, right?
That was like 24-1. Like, I'm not gonna not take
even 18-1. I'll do it. I'll do 18-1. I'm
not gonna not take the. Is it raining? It's raining. Yeah. What was I talking about? Oh, the Colts. They've got the pieces around them. It's just a matter of staying consistent, right? You saw them playing from behind. That's not something that they were used to. Hopefully, Steichen kind of gets the team a little more prepared for those. I like what Carly Ursay is doing there. Plus, she's got big cans, so that's always helpful.
Hey-o. Bucky could undergo surgical evaluation if there's a continued instability on his shoulder. That's kind of what Story was saying. That's not good. Real quick, we are one super away, actually, from a beer chug. And just to let you guys all know what we got going on here, A lot of good options here for anyone that wants to watch me to drink, and it's also a way to support the channel. We like doing that. And anyone that joins the Patreon also gets a beer chug as long as it's not a $2 a month thing. So if you want to do that and you want to watch this fine gentleman here just slug down a brewski, here's a little preview.
Here you go.
Yeah, we'll rock that. So not you, J-Bob, not you. You give enough. You son of a bitch. I love you, J-Bob.
J-Bob is a stud.
Also, previewing tomorrow night's show, J-Bob and Jason, a Bucks fan, diehard Bucks fan, diehard Eagles fan with J-Bob, as you all know, going to be on the show. I'm a moderator. The first 10 minutes will be them arguing about their teams and me making some decisions as a judge here. It's going to be awesome. Fan special tomorrow night. If you're a Professional Fanatic tier on the Patreon, you get into the show. Super excited about that. It's going to be great. Tomorrow night about 10:30 p.m. Central. So we're loving that. Did you hear about Antonio Brown?
Yeah, arrested in Dubai, right? Like,
no, he got extradited back from Dubai.
Yeah,
for attempted murder.
He was arrested in Dubai and he got extradited to New Jersey today for, I don't know if it was attempted murder or actual murder, or I don't know what the charge is, but the dude is clearly not well.
Jesus, man, what a mess.
Yeah,
what a mess. Start one: Terrell Jennings with Ramondre Stevenson out, Corum or DeMarcado. I'm going DeMarcado, dude.
DeMarcado, yeah.
It's not Corum. As much as I love Corum, it's not Corum on a weekly basis.
No, with guys like Corum, Tyler Algier, Brian Robinson, you need to hope that the team is either up big or down big late in the game, and they could stumble into the end zone, that they get some of the late game work, because otherwise, we've seen it with Tyler Algier, multiple games of touching the ball 4 times when they're in competitive games. They're going to lean on Bijan Robinson. So you need a game where, again, they're either up big or down big. So if you can kind of project that, game script looks good, that's when you can start those guys. But, like, it's Corum's getting more work, but again, like 12 for 26 doesn't get it done.
Daily Grind. This is a good thought, actually, that I appreciate you bringing up. Thoughts on Sean Tucker taking over the Bucs backfield? I like him over White the further the season goes. Now, if we get news that Bucky's out, like you've been predicting, like for a while longer, we've seen Rachaad White just not be that guy. We saw the whole year he had, 2023. It was super inefficient. And this year was more of the same. Sean Tucker is a better in between the tackles runner. Is there a possibility Sean Tucker's an ad?
He should be on rosters, but especially in deep leagues. But I don't think he's taking over that backfield. Josh Grizzard and Todd Bowles absolutely love what Rachaad White brings to that game. And Baker Mayfield has come out on the record and said how much he loves the pass protection from Rachaad White. With as heavy as that of a passing game as the Bucs are, I don't think there's any way that Tucker will pop his head up every once in a while for a halfway decent game and a touchdown, but I don't think he's taking over the backfield.
Rome says, dude, I started Trey Tucker today for laughs and giggles. Not your advice. Thank you for not calling me out, because I wouldn't tell you to do that. He looked okay today, though, because what's crazy is Tyler Lockett led the receiving room.
Yeah.
And not Jack Bass, right? Not Dante Thornton. Not Brock Bowers. Just what a mess
Brock
there.
Bowers, what a disaster that was. If you started Tyler Lockett 5 for 44, Brock Bowers 1 for 31. Didn't have a target in the second half. They didn't target him in the second half.
Why?
How can you be that stupid of a franchise that you gave him 12 targets last week, 13 targets last week, 12 receptions, and you don't target him in the second half? That is malpractice. That should be grounds for being fired. Trey Tucker 2 for 28, fine. Michael Mayer 3 for 22. He had more targets than Brock Bowers. There you go. They still like Michael Mayer there.
Daily Grind says, drop Pam right on the washer or dryer. You ever had washer or dryer sex where you lift it up, or countertop sex? It's pretty good.
Oh, what? Aren't washers and dryers like 4 feet tall? How the hell are you doing that?
Oh, well, countertop. You got to figure it out. You got
like a 2-foot dong?
I don't know. Daily Grind says, off task as hell, guys. I mean, hey, these are 3 hours long, bro. Like we get there. But also we answer every single goddamn question that is on here. We might be a little delayed, but that's what you're going to get here. Do you just want yes or no answers?
I think this man would go crazy if it was all fantasy football talk for all 30 hours a week or whatever it is you're putting in.
You never know what you're going to get here. And I talk about the cum race. I've mentioned that a bunch of times. You know what that is, Story?
No, I don't.
The cum race, I always talk about how lucky we are to be alive, just based on if you're religious or scientific. If it's a meteor with DNA, with bacteria on it, or you're religious, right? And we're the chosen ones. But the fact of the matter is, in terms of science, how a baby's born, it's the cum race. And we all have, it's like 100 million sperms. We're the one of the 100 million that wins the race.
So recent studies have actually shown that the egg has more control over choosing the sperm, and it's not necessarily the fastest or the strongest. That
Ooh,
is, yeah. So
attraction.
Saying the race, I did tell. I was making fun of somebody.
So the smoothest cum wins, right? Whoever has the biggest pickup line, that's wearing like a chain and like wearing some like Gadzooks shirt. Remember Gadzooks? Yeah. I have a graphic that Blake makes me with a piece of sperm with like a shiny fucking like club shirt. That's like, hey baby, what's going on? Yeah. All right, we gotta move on. Though. That's the cum race. I love talking about it because it's like we all won the cum race. Anyone that's alive won it, and it's not like a NASCAR race where there's fucking 40 cars. We're talking about 100 million. Yeah, that's a lot.
But again,
there's still dumb people. There's still dumb people. Story
might not be completely accurate. Just FYI.
Don't discredit my cum race.
Further research is needed.
Sutton and Lutz screwed me tonight. Any kicker in this game. I didn't realize the wind was going to be that bad. Sutton's a piece of poop.
The wind shifted directions twice in that game. It was, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Will says 2-7 team in my fantasy league just traded JSN to the first place team for Olave and Swift. Veto? Yeah. Veto.
Oh, you know my stance on vetoes.
Dude, first place team, JSN for Olave and Swift?
I mean, you have to investigate. You have to talk to these guys, but how can you realistically veto? Like,
JSN already had his bye. You're going to trade the best player in fantasy for Chris Olave, who has Tyler Shuck and DeAndre Swift, who's hurt? Like, awesome.
Again, I think you need to talk to these guys, find out their reasoning, see if there's any way that this was collusion. But without evidence of collusion,
that's a fucking veto. That's a fucking veto.
Disagree.
If there's vetoes in your league, it's a veto. What the JSN, dude? We love Olave. The fact is we're high on Olave. I'm high on Olave. If I'm telling you this is bullshit, it's bullshit. Like,
now, I'm not saying that I can predict the future, and I'm not saying that this is a good trade. I'm not saying it's even a fair trade. But what I'm saying is we are adults and we should be able to make our own decisions about our fantasy teams. Maybe the guy who traded JSN is worried about Rashid Shaheed going there. Maybe he needs both a wide receiver and a running back, and this was the best that he could do because nobody's willing to trade with him because he's doing 17. Maybe he thinks Shaheed getting traded opens up stuff for Olave. Maybe he saw Swift back. I'm saying there's.
Let me ask you this: like you said, we're all adults, right? And we shouldn't have to worry about grown 50-year-old men going to the internet to pick up little girls. And you got Chris Hansen out there fucking checking people, vetoing their fucking decisions. That's why you need vetoes in leagues. Or at least someone in power to say a 2-7 team cannot trade the best player in fantasy to the first place team. That's why we have Chris Hansen and his team stopping these pedos from fucking with our children. They can't be doing it. If we don't stop them, they'll do it. We have to stop them. Please stop them. I'm not trying to put them in the same boat because, unfortunately, children are not as important in our fantasy leagues, but this is a fantasy football show. Very important story to protect the sanctity of our leagues. We got to move on.
Well, yeah, I mean, Chris Hansen did come out and apologize recently for like sending someone to jail when they shouldn't have gone to jail. There was something along those lines, but yeah, you can take that argument as you will. Rob's opinion is veto. My opinion is do not veto, but investigate.
I'll say this: I'm on top of this. See, I'm on the top. I'm the top guy here. Like I'm the top of the stream. Like you're below me.
Yes.
I'm just kidding, Story. I'm just kidding. Story is very adamant. He's a very principled. I'm very principled too. PC principle. But this trade's out of bounds, bro. Like this out of bounds. If DeAndre Swift was healthy and Monungai wasn't a thing, okay. If it was Derrick Henry instead of Swift, okay. We're talking about like throwing away, you're getting garbage back for JSN. Like the number one team in the league cannot get JSN for peanuts.
There's 4 teams on bye. Again, like look at their rosters. Is he like desperate for a running back? Is he need somebody to start? Is he trying to buy some wins?
2-7 might be eliminated though. If the team's eliminated, you can't make trades. Story.
So I'm not opposed to that if you have that rule in place in advance of the season. You can't change rules in a league mid-season though either. You can't say, "Oh, we don't like this trade, so we're going to retroactively apply this rule that didn't exist 10 weeks ago." Can't do that.
Yeah, I just don't like that. You're gonna have people quitting your league after this. Is all I'm saying. If that goes through, and I don't want that, right?
Well,
and who cares? The first place team ain't gonna quit.
You can kick them out. Like if it's egregious, you can say next year we're not playing with you guys. Like you can, but that hey, do with it as you will. Like it's your league.
Do you think Brian Thomas is a drop? Do you think Jacoby's a drop when Brian Thomas and Hunter are back? Well, Hunter's probably not coming back, brother.
Well, Hunter will be back. Yeah, this is a cleanup, and this is a pretty standard 4-week, maybe 5 games, but he will be back at some point. So I think Jacoby's a drop when both of them are back.
What are your thoughts on Adonai Mitchell? Could he be fantasy relevant? I know it's the Jets. That sucks to be the number 2 there. He's going to help the offense out for sure.
He's been a knucklehead in Indy. Maybe they straighten him out, but like, is that the franchise you want straightening out a knucklehead? Probably not, right? Like.
No, you don't. He's going to help the offense more than he's going to be fantasy relevant.
I think I'm hoping that Wilson comes back. I think that guy's going to feast when Garrett Wilson comes back.
We have David. I have a super chat from Mouth. I'll get to 1 second. I dropped Parker Washington for Alec Pierce in non-PPR. I don't know if I made a mistake. If it was full PPR, maybe. Non-PPR, Alec Pierce far superior.
Yeah,
to Parker Washington.
Much greater touchdown equity there.
Mouse South, thank you, my dude. Just so you guys know, if you're newer to the channel, check out Downtown Sports. Me and Story were on the show, a 4-way banger there on Tuesday, and that was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. That was I've been on the show twice. He's been on my show 3 times. Downtown Sports, link in the description. Check that out once a week, only once a week show, 2 hours. Check their channel out, 23 platforms. Really good show. Why is Bucky Irving not playing? Why does God hate me? All my work to get my roster where it's at just to lose to my co-host. And you can call Bucky your co-host. You're going to lose him too. It's nuts. And that also earned us a beer chug. So, Story, you could talk about Bucky Irving for a second, why I chugged this beer.
I mean, I don't think he's coming back until week 14. I've been on record saying that after the reports came out today. By then, you might be done in your league. Like it's important. It's probably your first or second round pick for a lot of people. I might look to trade Bucky Irving, see if anybody is sitting comfortably and they think that they're gonna need him or they're gonna want him later on in the season. Trade him while you can still get some value. Be like, oh, he's not practicing. He's gonna miss 1 more week, but he's definitely coming back. The dude hasn't had contact yet, and that speaks volumes. Yeah, I don't know. Is Bucky a worse pick than BTJ? I think they're both kind of up there.
No. I mean, because I'd rather have the guy. BTJ was bad when he was healthy. Story.
You got 3 weeks of really good production from Bucky, I guess.
It's still not great, but there's always a lot of busts early on, and Jonathan Taylor was not a bust. He was going later than all those guys.
I'm well aware of that.
I'm aware. Where are we at in the chat here? That veto thing got me a little wacky here. Here we go. Josh Downs or Alec Pierce. That is definitely like full PPR, probably Josh Downs. Anything else is Alec Pierce.
Yeah. Although Pierce has gotten double-digit targets in 3 out of the last 4 weeks, so that might be shifting a little bit.
Nealon was having a mental breakdown. He sent text to his girlfriend and family saying goodbye. I hate hearing that shit, man. Support systems are so important, dude. And I'll tell you this personally, not to get too deep, because this is a fun show, but it's also a real show, and I'll fucking bare my heart. And suicide's been close to my heart with not any immediate family members, but people like my wife. She didn't do it, but people in her family, a couple other not close friends, but definitely friends that have done it, where I felt like I fucking failed them. And it affects everyone, and it's a cowardly move. But the thing is, we can't put ourselves in their shoes. We don't know what it's like. We're generally pretty happy people, but we've all been down in those dumps. So the idea is, if you're ever feeling like that, just talk to somebody.
Yeah,
just talk to somebody.
I mean,
and whatever it is, you can figure it out, man. Life is precious. The cum race. Need I mention the cum race? It's precious. Don't throw away your chance of you're 1 in 100 million. You won that race.
You got
just throw it away.
Also, though, if you see somebody struggling, reach out to them as well. Like oftentimes it might be difficult for somebody to reach out to you, but you can reach out to them too.
And that's my thing is I always try to, you know how like there's some people that are just Debbie Downers that bring other people down. I always want to, even in random and at Jewel, when I check out, I want to make the cashier who's probably not having a good time. She's working at Jewel. Try to make them feel good and make them laugh, even if at my own expense. And you never know what could make someone's day. And if you do that every day for 5 years, for instance, you affect, let's say 1,000 people. Maybe one of those people it might actually matter to. And it's not going to hurt, is all I'm saying. And the opposite of the people that actually make someone fucks up their order and at a waitress and you fucking yell at them or something. Like that's the opposite. You might drive someone over the cliff. Like I'm never driving anyone Bonnie and Clyde style over a cliff. I'm going to fucking bring them off the cliff. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring them off the cliff.
Be nice to service people.
100%.
They're just doing their job.
And they'll also spit in your goddamn fucking food.
That's also true. Get some saliva.
That's the number one reason.
Get some saliva sauce in your burger.
GT sending Dart and Quentin Johnson for JJ. The guy is 2-7. Dart and Quentin Johnson for Justin Jefferson. See, that's more of a fair trade because if he needs a quarterback, yeah. Are you going to say that's a veto now story?
Well, no. But I wonder, Mouth, when you say JJ, do you mean Justin Jefferson or?
Yeah. He's talking about Justin Jefferson.
Not McCarthy, because that might be. JJ. That would be rough.
No, because he's trading the 2-7 team. He's sending Dart and Quentin Johnson for Justin Jefferson.
Thought he was.
See, that's much more fair. I still think that's unfair. You get the win on that one, GT. But I'm not. If it was my league, I'd be like, okay, you're getting a Jackson Dart's top 8 quarterback and Quentin Johnson's the top 30 receiver. At least that's something.
We can't predict the future. I think GT go after it.
You and your fucking theories. You got to be a little softer on this, man.
First of all,
your hard and fast rules aren't applying here.
I'm a man of principle,
man.
Right? I don't negotiate with terrorists, and I don't veto trades. Those are my 2 policies in life.
That's it. Not anything else. Like
nope.
The Church of Story. It's just like fuck you terrorists and fuck you vetoes, dude.
Exactly.
I hate vetoes too. I hate them too. But I also hate people colluding. That's my number one thing in life.
Find a better league if that happens.
Yeah, and I hate pedos. I can all burn in hell, assholes. Mal says, go to therapy, take your meds. Trust me, it helps. Talk to people as well. I add that third part in there. We don't know. Mental health is if we knew how to handle it, there wouldn't be an issue, right?
Exactly.
And clearly there is an issue. So we need to figure it out. And and you mix that with the gun laws. Not going to get political, but like it's very easy to get an assault rifle in this country, and that's an issue. I'm not saying which side I lean. People call me conservatives, call me liberal. Liberals call me conservative. I'm nothing. I hate politics. I also just hate people getting gunned down with machine guns. Is that crazy to say?
I probably not. But again, I'm not the political guy here. You're the political guy. No, Ray's the political guy.
I'm not the political guy. A good buddy of mine was at NIU in that shooting, man, and he's still traumatized.
Ooh, wow.
He didn't die. That was actually a minor one though. Only 7 people died. Story. Only 7.
7. Yeah.
Hey, that's low. That's actually low.
Relatively speaking, I guess. But the FBI considers a mass shooting with 2 or more deaths. So.
Yeah, that's not a mass shooting. Not in America, baby. We're talking about America. Our numbers need to be higher. Ron says, with my flex, Manungai, Addison, or QJ. Addison?
Yeah, Addison's looking good.
PPR?
Yeah, I'd go Addison. Swift probably takes over as the lead back there this week because he's healthy again. So there might not be enough left on Manungai.
Manungai. Imagine the Thursday night broadcast trying to say his name.
No kidding.
They call him M. This has been a fun show, Story. We're a little bit
having a good time.
Dude, they're always fun, man. Why do you think, I wouldn't be on here 20 plus hours a week if I wasn't having fun. I'm trying to build the brand, make a little bit of coin, but I actually enjoy it, and the chat, and also my guests. I have people I actually love hanging out with, and this is a hangout. This is what it is. And just wait till the winter. Just wait till the winter.
You cultivated quite a few guests that are all seeming like all having a good time as well.
Yeah, the winter's gonna be great because it's not just fantasy talk. We're gonna talk about a lot of crazy shit, including the cum race. Daily Grind says QJ all day. I think QJ is the upside play. Addison's due for a performance. And I like the matchup against the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to score a lot of points in this game. Jay says PBR. Hell yeah. He saw me pouring my beer. PBR. Mark says attempted murder May 16th. After that was the Antonio Brown thing.
Yeah.
He's saying one story. I mean, I'm just not going to believe Antonio Brown, unfortunately. Right? I'm going to believe the reports because Antonio Brown's fucking nuts.
Yeah. Like, well, let's see what comes out. But I don't know that guy is well.
No. Jay Moore, how much you like Taysom Hill as a sleeper this week? You can't trust him, right? Like,
you can't.
In standard, maybe as a tight end, maybe because the rushing touchdown.
I mean,
how many touchdowns are they going to score?
Like a couple of years ago, he looked really good running the ball. He doesn't look that good running. Plus, he telegraphs everything. Like those RPOs, I've never seen a quarterback tip his hand so much. Like 90% of the time he's keeping it, and he tips it immediately. Like the defense knows what's happening on those plays. So he's not the same player he was 3 years ago, and you can't trust him. Like you could walk out of there with half a point.
Unique. Shout out Unique. By the way, Unique was the first super chat we ever got for a 50 burger. I do remember that. I need a plaque.
Unique,
like
Unique is real.
Remember Breaking Bad? Breaking Bad, how they have that the weird eyebrow dude has the thing in the car wash, the first dollar he ever made. It's like in that glass thing, and Walter fucking breaks it and uses it at the fucking vending machine. Unique is the first super chat we ever got in this channel, so you have a soft spot in my fucking heart. The best duo around, he says. Sounds like Cook practice today. Do you think he doesn't play? Still doesn't play. I picked up Ray Davis. You think 80% he plays, or is it 100%?
Yeah, I'm fairly confident that he's going to play. He said he's going to play. He was back to a limited practice today. He's got 2 more chances to get on the field for a full practice. He could go into the week with an injury designation, but we've seen Kamara go into every game with an injury designation. It really doesn't mean much in today's NFL. I will tell you, the fantasy world freaked out yesterday about James Cook, and people were pulling clips about when he got rolled up on, saying when it happened. There was fights online about Ray Davis versus Ty Johnson. Like, this is James Cook's backfield until further.
I did a whole 10 minutes on that story when you texted me because I was one of those people because I have Ray Davis everywhere. July says trade Jacobs and CeeDee Lamb for Jamar and Bucky. Absolutely not. We just talked about Bucky Irving. It's danger. Don't trade for injured players, Story. This is like one of the big things I said. Remember, I said don't draft injured players because injuries will find you already. Yeah, so don't be that's a slogan of this goddamn channel. Yeah, don't do that. Trone, I need 3 of these 5 PPR. Devonta, Nico, Debo, Olave, Jalen Warren. Devonta, Nico for sure. And probably Olave. Or Jalen Warren. It's not Debo.
Yeah, Jalen Warren. I tip my hat to Jalen Warren. Shuck, start throwing the ball to Olave. You stupid 40-year-old.
He's gonna have to. Yeah. You silly, stupid man. Champagne, start Singletary or DeMarcado. This is DeMarcado for us, right?
Yeah. God, that New York backfield is tricky. It's challenging. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Mark says, LOL, Chris Hansen veto. Yeah, it was a pretty good call by me. I tapped myself in the back. I have some of these. They're all off the cuff, right? And that's why you watch this show. That's why Mark's watched over 90% of everything I put out, which is a lot of time because you're getting entertainment. You're getting fucking my wacky brain comparing To Catch a Predator to a fucking fantasy league. But yeah, it made sense, didn't it?
You could go scroll TikTok for hours on end, or you could engage with us on the YouTube sphere.
And hang out, daily grind. I only play in money leagues with a paid non-biased commissioner. Well, he's going to be biased if you're paying it. I mean, there's no right way to go about it. And I'm a commissioner in my league. I have no vetoes. My only rule is if you're eliminated from the playoffs, or in this case, if you're 2-7 and you have to win out and you're low on points, like you're just not making trades, bro. Unless it's a fair trade. I know a fair trade is a tough thing to say, but like that trade ain't flying in my league, man. Like I got a reputation to uphold, and the league mates paid their dues, and then there's going to be a vote. Is all I'm saying. Usually there's no vote. The trade goes through instantly. But if there is something, a 2-7 team trading to a 7-2 team, that's fishy, bro. Why are you making a trade? You're out of the race, brother.
We should start a fantasy court where people can send us their trades, and then we can rule on them. And then that way you've got an independent third-party arbiter that makes decisions. It's not your league mates who are inherently biased. That's the problem with leaving it up to a vote also, is how do you take the conflict of interest out from the people who are in the league? we should send these to a third party and let them evaluate. Let us evaluate. If you want,
Justin.
I don't agree with vetoes, but if you want to have a veto in your league, send it to us and we'll decide.
Justin, Broncos Super Bowl champs. You must not have watched the game tonight. They are so far away from that. Their record is not what it should be. I'll say that.
You know what I hear in my head when Bo Nix drops back? It's the cartoon where the feet spinning because he cannot set his feet. It is just bananas.
Ricky says Buckeyes back to back. What do you think about that?
They're the most complete team on both sides of the ball. Their defense is stifling. I think Purdue's got an implied point total of like 9.5 this week or something ridiculously low. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Julian Sand took a little while to come on, but he's certainly come into his own. That connection he's got with Tate and with Smith there, they don't even really need the running game, but Bo Jackson's a really good Quinshon Judkins replacement. It's
Bo Jackson?
Yeah, there's a dude named Bo Jackson who's starting.
What?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Jay Moore, red zone or Sunday ticket, question mark. Both for me. Red zone on the main screen and then a little quad box going on so I can watch everything I can.
Red zone's cheaper if you're interested in that. Significantly cheaper.
Yeah, it's probably the best way to go because I don't like flipping it. And then quad box is also tough on your main screen. GT Justin Jefferson, and it's to avoid a veto, so we thought it was Justin Jefferson. T-Verse, would you all drop Keenan Allen for Diggs in PPR? Who do you want, Keenan Allen or Diggs?
Yeah, at this point I would. You say Diggs? I would want Diggs.
Yeah.
Diggs is floating out there. That's interesting. Keenan Allen's on a roster, but Diggs is out there.
Thank you, T-Verse. Glad I've seen you around the last couple of weeks. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
If any of you guys that want to hop in the Discord, again, it's 24/7 of this show. So this chat, everyone in here, the guests in the show, myself, all the chat, like it goes 24/7. There's 2 hours a day, maybe in like 4 in the morning to 6 in the morning. There's no activity, but just the community is great. Everyone's great. I appreciate everyone on there. T-Verse, you're welcome to hop on there. I'd love to see you. Gatson, Kamara, or Vidal for my flex.
Vidal. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was debating between Gatson and Kamara, but it's Vidal. Like I don't know why that took.
Yeah. Stafford at San Fran or Hurts at Green Bay. Unless it's 6 for a passing touchdown, maybe Stafford. Anything else, it Hurts.
I'd still probably go with Hurts, man. You get that. You get the push.
100%. Jay Moore, what's up with Purdy and Pearsall? Purdy actually looks like he might play this week or next week. Pearsall, we have no fucking clue. I'm close to dropping Pearsall in the leagues I have him in because what a mess.
So at this point in the season, like if you got a guy that's underperforming or he's dealing with these injuries, I'm not dropping Terry McLaurin yet, but I did drop Keon Coleman the other day, and it's liberating. Let me just tell you, not have to stare at that decision on Saturdays anymore. It's a really nice feeling. I would get Pearsall off my roster. There's zero reason to keep him on there.
Oh, we have Big Ray in here. What do you guys say to Big Ray? Got to get that going on there. What's going on, Big Ray? Sven, 2-17 made a trade with the 5-4 team. CMC, I'm excited for this one for Story. CMC plus Ladd for A-Chain, ETN, Garrett Wilson. Trade was a big shock this morning. So let's just break it down regardless of the records.
Yeah.
CMC and Ladd, A-Chain, ETN. That seems pretty fair.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty fair.
CMC's got the edge over A-Chain, but is there a more consistent running back in the NFL than A-Chain right now? I mean, CMC.
And then Ladd and Garrett Wilson are pretty even.
Garrett Wilson's coming off an injury. Ladd is a little more hot and cold this year than usual. ETN is a nothing burger in this trade. I think it's a relatively fair trade.
I'll say this: 10-team league, CMC and Ladd wins. 12-team league, A-Chain, ETN, Wilson wins. Or if there's flexes, deeper the league is, the second half wins. The A-Chain, ETN, Wilson wins in a deeper league. The shallower the league, CMC, Ladd wins.
Yeah, you want that difference maker. In a 10-team league.
That's about as fair as it comes, man.
I think it's
nothing like the trade we're talking about before.
Well, Sven, like what was the shock? What side were people upset about? I'm really curious about that.
Probably that the 2-7 team made a trade, but so with the way I read it, it was CMC and the 2-7 team traded CMC and Ladd is kind of how I read it. I mean, I can see why he probably needs depth because he's team's terrible.
We need to recalibrate what we think about Ladd McConkey. He's still a very good wide receiver, but they've got Quentin Johnson there now. They've got Aronde Gadsden's come on. He's not the PPR machine that he was last year. He's going to have bad bad games.
Oh, so he said that it's a 12-man league and the 2-7 team had CMC and Ladd. He won the 2-7 team won that trade. Honestly, A-Chain, ETN, and Wilson. You get 2 starting running backs, an RB. You get a top 5 running back, a top 18 running back, and then you get the same Ladd and Wilson are equal. So give me the depth for a 2-7 team. I don't hate it. So. Yeah, I don't hate it. Adam, I've got Bijan, Monty, Swift, and Manung guy. I got to sit 1 half PPR. Well, Bijan starting, Monty starting, and then you got to choose between Swift and Manung guy.
If they're both playing, I'm going to go back to Swift this week.
At half PPR?
Yeah, I am. They like him.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Who's a better quarterback start, Baker or Stafford?
I got I got Stafford as a low-end QB1. I know he's throwing a ton of touchdowns. That is not necessarily sticky week to week. You're not going to throw 4 touchdowns every week. So if Stafford comes away with 220 and 1, you're going to be disappointed. I think Baker's got a much better chance to be a solid quarterback 1. So I'm going to go Baker.
What about this week? Stafford has Niners. Baker has Patriots.
That game should be a shootout. Like, give me Baker.
I want Baker. Yeah. But Stafford it's really close rest of season too.
I think it's close. They're going to be good games and bad games, but Baker, I'm hoping Ibuka gets him back on track.
Ray says I'll chug a beer to that little tiny dancer.
Nice.
Ray's chugging beers off screen just when I tiny dancer you.
You missed zigzags. I hate the Broncos comment.
Yeah, well, I don't know what that is. What do you want me to say?
I don't know. I don't hate the Broncos. I hate Sean Payton, though. I think he's a terrible coach.
Well, Story, you hate all coaches. So
no, I mean, there's some guys in like Division II football that I think are pretty
good. Elite says, miss y'all, man. I've been killing it in fantasy, top 3 seed in all 11 leagues. Jesus Christ. You should be hosting the show. Are you guys excited for Sunday? We're always excited for Sunday, my man. Blake says, join the Patreon so you can get in the Discord, bro. Yeah, I love Blake. Blake's such a G. Here we go. Would you trade Goff? Read this comment. I got to take a piss story. I have to go to a little squeege. I guess I like squeege. And then I'll be back.
Would you trade Goff and Jacobs for Pickens and Kyren Williams, a Superflex dynasty? My second QB would now be Joe Flacco, but I'm picking up a top 5 wide receiver. Goff and Jacobs for Pickens and Kyren Williams, Superflex dynasty. No, I wouldn't do that. Joe Flacco could lose his job any week, like from injury, age, getting supplanted. Like he can't maintain this pace forever. I wouldn't do that. Goff has many years left. Jacobs is a absolute solid, rock solid RB1 there forever and ever. Not forever and ever, but for Pickens, the defense should be better next year, and Kyren Williams could lose his job to Blake Corum in the future. So no, I wouldn't do that trade. I can't change the chat, but if anybody has any questions,
because I'm the goddamn
chat master.
I'm the dude. Yeah. Zigzag is a Cheeks fan from Ray. Rams or Jaguars defense this week?
Rams or Jags. That's tough. Rams defense looks pretty good.
I'm going Jags, bro.
Who they got?
Jags are the Texans without CJ Stroud.
Yeah, okay. He's not playing, right? They already ruled him out from the concussion. Let me just.
No, he's out. He's out. He's 100% out.
That's what I thought. Like they already ruled him out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's Jags, right? Remember, don't forget, Jags had 13 turnovers the first 5 games of the year, and then once Devin Lloyd missed games, they just went to shit.
That's because Trevor Lawrence sucks.
That's true, but that's also not affecting their defensive turnovers.
No, but I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about how the Jaguars have offensive turnovers. You're saying the defense.
No, they were the number 1 turnover rate in the league at defense, and then like Devin Lloyd went out, who's a fucking awesome player, and now he's back. I guess that's why I'm going the Jaguars. Also against a bad offensive line in Houston and no CJ Stroud, Davis Mills. Ew, dude. Ew, gross.
Yeah. No,
That's the fat chick at the bar you pick up that doesn't suck your dick. Like, I don't want that. Like, give me the head. I mean, speaking of fat chicks, Jay Moore says, was Eddie Lacy a good running back?
Eddie Lacy. Remember that?
You remember the year? You remember the year Eddie Lacy was a top 5 pick?
Yeah, I do.
And he came into camp as just a fucking blimp.
The guy ate like 1 million donuts in the offseason.
Yeah, he's a donut guy. He literally is Chris Farley from Tommy Boy. Where he's like, I got what the doctors call a little bit of a weight problem. He's like, I used to eat bear claws as a kid. He's like, how about some coffee? I'd love some. That's Eddie. But Lacy was like, just give me the fucking donuts for sure. Juwan Jennings or Christian Watson this week, full PPR.
Christian Watson.
I know. Isn't that crazy that Christian Watson? I didn't think he was playing this year, man.
I didn't either. But the Packers are probably going to be trailing for a good chunk of this game. Jennings looks better, but he's still dealing with some injuries. And Christian Watson is super necessary to this team.
Yeah, I agree. Here we go. My wide receivers are Metcalf and Diggs, so I'm thin. What is the question before that? I'm kind of.
Let me see if I can find it. But
that was the trade from blue to green. Right?
Oh, the wide receivers, Metcalf or Diggs, so I'm thin. Are you a contender this year? Then yeah, that kind of makes sense. But if you're not, then I would absolutely not make that trade. If you're in a rebuild mode, then I would not do that.
Elite. I'm just gonna say this. I love you, man. You've been here for a while. You don't watch many of the shows. When you come in here, you literally spam like 10 questions. A lot of these guys are watching every show. They're in the Patreon. They're in the Discord. They're super chatting. Like, I can't just answer all your questions. That's unfair to the people that are in here. I give everyone equal screen time. New people especially, because I'm trying to grow the brand. I'm not a dick. Anyone that watches the show is not my dick. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just not going to answer 7 questions in 5 minutes to have you watch 10 minutes of this show. So if you want to actually support the show and be a part of what we're doing here, I will answer every one of your questions, whether it be on the show, whether it be in the Discord. Other than that, man, I can't. So you tell me you win $10,000 in these bets, like, but you can't throw me $5 in the Patreon to watch the show. Like, tell me, am I being a dick story? Like, I just feel like that's just you come in here and say you win all this money and you're killing it in fantasy, but you're asking my advice. I just feel like I don't know. There's a little disconnect there.
No, I don't. I think you less about that and more so about trying to be fair to the people that have been here for the last hour and 53 minutes that are engaging in the comments and talking with people. But realistically, like, the place to get your questions and to have discussions and conversations and so on answered is in the Patreon or in the Discord, right? Like, you get access to the Discord from the Patreon. That's where you can actually get more in depth on this kind of stuff.
And we'll answer every one of your questions. The point is, like, if you're going to be in here for 15 minutes and ask me 15 questions, but then there's people in here for 3 hours that ask me 10 questions, that's a nice ratio. I will get to every question, but like, it's also unfair to have 10 minutes dedicated to you when I'm falling behind other people's questions that might not get their question answered, because we're always behind the chat. So hopefully you understand. If you don't and you think I'm a cock, then that's fine, bro. I'm sorry. I think you know who I am and what I'm about. So if I'm a greedy bastard, $5, yeah, it really does. It makes me live in a mansion. Story's been in my house. It's a fucking mansion, right?
You got a nice big like tiki hut in the backyard.
It's decrepit. It fell down. It's been there for too long. Trade Dobbins for Shaheed. I want Dobbins over Shaheed.
Yeah,
Shaheed's dead to me. Dead to me, right? He's dead.
He's probably not even going to play a full allotment of snaps for the first 2 weeks.
Dude, no. Even if ever, like, Horton's awesome. Cooper Kupp is still Cooper Kupp. Like, he's bad, but
this does throw some cold water on Torrey Horton, just FYI.
Oh, 100%. But I think it's going to be a rotation. It's going to be JSN, and then behind that, it's going to be literally a Packers situation where it's Horton, Kupp, Shaheed, and then AJ Barner,
Elijah Arroyo.
The rookie. The Elijah Arroyo is really good, man. Both running back. It's a mess there. Literally, you want Sam Darnold and JSN, and maybe you want this man. I could play that all day. Will the Panthers make the playoffs from Jay Moore?
I don't think so. NFC's really tight with that around that 5-4 record that the Panthers are sitting, and I don't see them keeping this up.
Can you believe they're the same record as the Chiefs right now, though?
I know.
What kind of world are we living in, man?
That's wild.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked. Yes, win now. Blue to Green says win now for that question he asked earlier. So
if wide receivers are really that desperate, then yeah, you probably do need to make that trade. See if you can get a pick for it though as well. This 1-to-1 without a pick. Maybe you can pry something else from him.
what are your thoughts on Woody Marks with no Nick Chubb? So it appears Nick Chubb might miss this week.
I did see that.
At this point, it's like, once the genie's out of the bottle, we don't know if he's that kind of player, right? If Woody Marks is that kind of player, the genie out of the bottle player. We've seen some good performance from him. He's still a small dude.
Yeah.
They're not going to go back to Nick Chubb? Is he literally going to get not Wally pipped like Chuba Hubbard, but like just be left to the wayside more than he already has been?
Maybe. I'm not really happy with the prospect. I have Woody Marks, and I'm trying to decide between him and Kamara this week. I'm not really thrilled with the prospect of starting either one of them, even without Chubb. Like, without CJ Stroud, that offense is going to be abysmal. I know Davis Mills looked okay last week. He looked good in spots, but man, that's going to be a tough watch. Would it surprise you to see Woody Marks go like 12 for 31 on the ground and then get like 5 targets, 2 catches, and 14 yards? No touchdown.
That sounds like exactly what I think he would do. I mean,
yeah, like it wouldn't surprise me. So if Chubb doesn't play, I think I'm just going to throw Marks in there and hope he stumbles in the end zone, but I'm not excited about it.
Chris is starting 4 Giants, but they're not Wandale and Tracy. God rest your soul. I guess that's fucking rough, man.
Art.
Hey, it could be a shootout though.
Johnson, Darius Slayton. Who would the fourth be?
Singletary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe, I guess. Ugh, that's good.
And then we Jalen Hyatt. We get some Jalen Hyatt love.
Oh, Jalen Hyatt. Man, I'm still sad about
Breezy, you're good, man. Like, again, I'm not. Everyone in here does not have to join the Patreon and get in the Discord. Like, it's not. I wasn't trying to say that. Like, this is a different situation.
Yeah,
and man, Trey Dobbins.
Broke, don't do shit.
Yeah, look at my cousin. He's broke. Don't do shit. Shout out Office Space. You don't need $1 million to do nothing, man. Fucking love that movie, dude. Just the quotes. Underrated. If you haven't seen Office Space, do yourself a favor and go check out Peter Gibbons, who
is come back and tell us how you liked it.
And Milton. This is my stapler. Ray, Stafford at San Fran or Danny Dimes in Berlin versus Atlanta this week. I actually didn't know that was a Berlin game as of yesterday. I forgot that. I thought it was a home game for Indy because they're listed as a home game.
I hate these Europe games.
I hate them. I hate
Stafford. I know it's anecdotal, but the Europe games have been atrocious this year, so I'm not going to run the risk. I'm going to go with Stafford.
Vidal or Woody this week?
Vidal.
It's Vidal, yeah.
It's this week.
No, rest of season, it might be Woody, right?
No, it's still Vidal because Hampton's not coming back to week 14, and he's going to need a ramp-up period, so you're going to get several more weeks of Vidal being the lead back there.
Dude, Marshawn Lloyd. The guy remember the show I talked about Marshawn Lloyd? He was one of my deep sleepers, and luckily he got injured before I got a chance to draft him in best ball everywhere.
I bet you.
Dude, there is no news on Marshawn Lloyd. The dude has played how many rushing attempts has he had in his career? Like fucking 12?
He's played in one full game in the last 3 years. Like,
what is going on? Like, if the dude gets hurt going to the grocery store, man, like he's like the bubble boy. He's literally like unbreakable. He's fucking Samuel L. Jackson and unbreakable. Like he can't even walk on the street without breaking his leg.
Good, he should just retire. Like take the buyout and retire, man. Like that, it's unfortunate, but some people's bodies just don't agree with the sport.
But then there's other people that can just like Amon-Ra St. Brown, just plays hurt, needs surgery after the season, still dominates while hurt, and like that dude's super small. And now he's not a running back, but he still gets crunched.
Puka's a monster of a man, but he's playing hurt all the time. I am worried about Puka finishing the season though, man. Like we're already
every game.
2 injuries already. Like it's rough. Fingers crossed, but
yeah, it's a rough situation with Puka. It's just. And here's the thing: is the coaches don't do any favors because they were winning that game, and what 2nd and goal from the 2, they give him an end around again to run into the defensive line, essentially the linebackers.
Okay,
don't do that.
I'm speaking to all the NFL head coaches that are almost assuredly watching this live stream. Stop giving wide receivers end arounds on the goal line. Stop giving your star wide receivers jet sweeps and end arounds. They're stupid. Defenses sniff those out 90% of the time. How often do you see a dude go down on an end around like that? Like, just stop it. These tap passes, these jet sweeps, enough.
Yeah. And like in the playoffs, different story. In a close game in the fourth quarter, this was not a close game. This is also Puka Nacua, who is your offense and who is, I'm not going to call him brittle, but like he is rather brittle for his body type. Like he does get nicked up a lot. And it's also because his play style.
Yeah. I mean, he's like, he's not as bad as Jalen Waddle, but that's a guy who's like coming in and out of the lineup multiple times a game.
Can you imagine if Shanahan or McVay had Jalen Waddle? That'd just be, hey, Jalen, you heard of Debo Samuel, right? You know how we use Debo? We're going to use you like this. How long? Hey, how many snaps do you think Jalen Waddle could play at running back before he has to leave the game?
I don't know, 2.5. He'll probably like
the over under
2.5, a half because he'll go down before contact. Not even a full snap.
Jalen Waddle, what a little bitch, man. A good player, I guess, but like, wow, what a little souse. And like, what's funny is you got guys like Deshaun Jackson that kind of stayed healthy throughout their career.
I wonder if Waddle's like milking it, like, oh, I need a little sympathy. I landed a little hard. I'm going to limp off, and then I'm going to come back in and be the. I don't know, maybe that's what Roethlisberger.
He does that a lot.
That's Roethlisberger. That guy used to do that all the time. Remember that?
Oh yeah, he was essentially he was the Kurt Schilling of the NFL, right?
The field holding his shoulder like he dislocated it. He'll throw 2 passes on the sideline, miss a play, and he's back in.
Now I was one that was very hard on Kurt Schilling for the bloody sock, but apparently that was actually valid. But I still think Kurt Schilling is a piece of shit. So
he is, and also Roethlisberger.
he is. Well, hey, people say I put my hat backwards. I look like Big Ben. So.
Yeah, I can see it.
No, he had one moment of weakness where he engaged in a sexual act with an underage college girl. Now it's a piece of shit, but like it's not like
don't do that. Just throwing it.
I know. Was Chris Hansen there? Hey Ben, have a seat over here.
So Ben,
have you ever seen my my Karl Malone? Have you ever seen my Karl Malone Could Catch a Predator video?
No.
Oh, it's awesome because Karl Malone impregnated a 14-year-old.
Yeah, I'm aware.
It's fact. It's fact. And he doesn't pay any alimony to. He doesn't pay any not alimony. He doesn't pay any child support or anything to the girl or the kid.
Oh, so he's a piece of shit too.
So I edited a To Catch a Predator video. It's pretty awesome, and I had Karl Malone in there, and I dubbed in an interview from Karl Malone, like answering the questions that Chris Hansen's asking him. It's fucking great. Okay. I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the Discord for the clip of the day because Karl Malone, you suck. Fuck you, Karl Malone. Also, overrated basketball player, fucking compiler, trash.
Tell us how you really feel.
That was MJ's competition, by the way, for 2 years. A 36-year-old Karl Malone. Awful. Terrible. Right. Blake says, Seahawks a dark horse for sure. I know Darnold's probably one of those guys that won't get it done in the playoffs, but if he can put it together, they're scary, no lies.
Yeah.
Their offense and their defense, 100%. Do you think you see a repeat of last year, though, Story? Is there anything in your mind that's like they get in the playoffs and he lays a fucking 22 for 40 game with 3 picks?
So I was at that game, and Darnold did look bad, but they started to turn it around. And then one of the worst calls I've ever seen in my entire life went against the Vikings. And that was the pick 6, or not the pick, the fumble return that they called an incomplete pass where Stafford was being sacked. The guy had 2 hands on him, and Stafford is going to the ground. And he just throws the ball blindly. And they called that it was bad. It was bad. It changed the whole scheme of the game. And so, anyway, I don't remember what we're talking about.
Ant-Man, we're a little spacey today. Ant-Man, no problem, bro. Dart, Slayton, and Theo worked. Why not one more? London, Ibuka, Rice, Tyler, Warren, Spears, Benson, and freaking Kamara killing me. London's had multiple 30-point weeks the last 2 out of the last 4 weeks.
Rice, Tyler, Spears, and freaking. I think he means. Dart, Slayton, London, Ibuka, Rice, Tyler Warren, Spears. Oh, Spears. I think he means Benson and Kamara are killing him. Maybe just Kamara, and Kamara's killing everyone.
Yeah, I mean, Rashee Rice has been a fucking god here. GT, Vito the Mailman. Please do. He's in the Hall of Fame, right?
I don't know.
Got to be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, I'm not one. I separate the art from the artist, so I'm not one to hold these guys out of the Hall of Fame. Like, Pete Rose is the biggest fucking example of bullshit because he didn't even do anything wrong. In terms of like his playing career, it was not his playing career, but
he's in the Hall of Fame. He's 2010.
Dude, O.J. Simpson's in the Hall of Fame, like literally convicted double murderer. At least, I mean, obviously that was
he's a convicted felon, but he was acquitted for murder.
No, but he lost a civil trial.
Yes, But remember, all you need for a civil trial is a preponderance of the evidence, not a beyond a reasonable doubt.
Can I make a comment?
Do whatever you want. It's
If
your
they
show.
had the evidence, it's our show story. If they had the evidence that they had in the civil trial for the criminal trial, he would have been found guilty because the video footage of him wearing those German shoes or whatever they were. There's only 400 made that on the sideline of that Super Bowl game when he was a sideline reporter. If that came out in the criminal trial, he would have been found guilty. I promise you.
Let's get into it. So the prosecution absolutely bungled the O.J. Simpson trial, right? The district attorney, the way that he basically pushed it all up onto two assistant district attorneys and said, you better get this guy without providing them the necessary support. You had racist cops. Like, I understand that
Mark
O.J.
Furman,
Simpson almost certainly still did it, but these were like confirmed racist cops, and having those guys testify was a terrible idea. There was so many bad decisions that were made by the police, by the prosecution team. He was going to walk. Like, let that be.
Though, let me ask you this. Mark Furman did not plant that glove, right?
No, I know that, but Mark Furman was on tape saying the N-word multiple times. Like, now,
just as a devil's advocate, that was for a book. That was literally a fiction book that he was, not saying that he wasn't a racist. He was a racist, but he wasn't on record on duty saying those things. It was more of a hypothetical of how LA cops operated, which was actually fact. Regardless of the fucking fact of him being racist, dude, there's never been more evidence in the history of the world against any individual ever. Like, ever. There's and the fucking Bronco and fucking everywhere, up to his door, in his room. Like, dude, so much goddamn evidence, but the fucking cops blew it.
When you put a known racist and a known misogynist on the stand, like, it's going to backfire on you.
The most ironic part ever is OJ wasn't even black. He didn't consider himself black. He wasn't treated as black. He hated black people. Like, literally, he's on record. Like they changed all of his shit in his house, like, to pictures of him and like known African-American like figures. He only hung out with white people, bro. Like, he despised the community. He escaped it. He said, quote, I'm not OJ. I'm not black. I'm OJ. Like, he played that card. He didn't play that card. It was Cochran that played that card. Genius lawyer. The GOAT of lawyers, right? The GOAT of lawyers.
Dude, did you watch the docudrama with Sarah Paulson about the OJ trial with John Travolta?
Yes, I've watched everything about the OJ trial there is to watch multiple times. I love OJ, the trial. And I'll tell you this, one of my favorite fantasy football names I ever had was Juicing Ron Goldman. It was a picture of OJ's mugshot. It's funny. I mean, it's funny.
Yeah,
well, it's yikes. I know. It's, again, I'm not like trying to support him. I'm just saying it's a funny name. And Ron Goldman's the one that gets forgotten in all these things because Ron Goldman was an innocent bystander.
Yeah, it's rough.
And that's what people don't realize, that Ron Goldman was like 25 years old, like a pretty athletic, strong dude. And like, it just points to OJ, like, who else is going to overpower two people, including a younger man? Like, OJ Simpson, yes, was 43 when it happened. He was 6'2", 220. That dude's a fucking monster. And he had rage. Like, me and you wouldn't take him.
Any undrafted free agent could have taken Ron Goldman, despite that the guy being fairly athletic. We're talking about a different level of human being when you're talking about professional athletes. Like, he never stood a chance.
Any undrafted free agent.
I don't want to slur any undrafted free. I'm sure that there's plenty of good undrafted.
You know who couldn't have killed Ron Goldman? JCM.
Tiny Dancer.
JCM. No, they're getting overpowered for sure, dude.
Yeah.
I love this. See,
this is why the show is. If Kenneth Walker had tried to flee from the police, he would have been driving the Bronco backwards.
Yeah, he's just going like. He's just going in residential areas, like,
a little bit, and 2 yards forward.
Instead of taking the highway, he just turns off into a residential area and he just goes around a cul-de-sac. He's just tiny dancing, bro. And like he didn't commit the murder, but he is a tiny dancer, and you cannot flee the police if you're kind of. Oh, all right, Story. I'll let you go. I'll finish the last couple.
Over here. I love it.
What an ending to the show.
Yeah. All right. Chat, Thanks very much. Love you all. I won't see you guys until next week. I'm going up to the Packers game. I'm out of town this weekend, then I'm going up to the Packers game. So we'll reconvene next week, probably actually a week from today. So
yeah, I got to figure it out.
Try to jump on the streams when I can and help out. But yeah, talk.
What a dude. What a dude. Love you, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
Love you too.
Later. What a guy. What a weird end of the show. Jay Moore says Sean Tucker's sleeper. Yeah, I mean, with the Bucky Irving news, obviously Rashad White's just not getting it done. So it will never be more than a 50-50. But if we all do like the Buccaneers offense and he's going to get the goal line work, possibly, I could see it. I could definitely see it. All right. I got a couple more minutes here. I'll probably do a little shorter one since the story's gone. 2 more supers for a beer chug. I will chug one more. In that case, I will stay on for another 20 minutes because, if the questions are rolling in, why the hell wouldn't I? 2 hours and 11 minutes seems a little short for me. But I do really appreciate the random OJ conversation that happened. And the best thing with the JCM and Kenneth Walker comps were just great. And I could talk OJ trial all fucking day long. What a fucking wacky situation that was, man. That was in reality, that was probably one of the first reality TV shows we had, because I know Road Rules was like 94 and 93. So like there was not many reality shows before the OJ trial, which essentially was a reality show in the courtroom. So we got to give some props to that trial for, I mean, maybe not, because I like some reality shit, but it's pretty fucking awful and just kind of a bad thing for our society. So we can kind of thank OJ trial for all the stupid reality shit. And I will say this. I watched The Bachelor. I've watched Big Brother before. That's pretty entertaining. Reality is not reality. I'm a big fan of The Truman Show. We'll probably do that this winter on the show. One of my favorite movies. That was way ahead of the curve. Truman Show was 98. So that was way ahead of the curve in terms of where we were going as a society. And shout out Jim Carrey for just one of the all-time epic movie runs of all time, capping it off with that movie, which was just amazing. Here we go. Blake, what movie should I watch tonight? Interstellar. Only watched one time, so barely remember it. 11-year anniversary. Usual Suspects. American Hustle. Oh, I mean, all right. It's Interstellar, brother. It's Interstellar. Interstellar. If Ray is in this chat, the score alone is worth the trip. Interstellar, if you only watch once, I saw that movie twice in theaters, and I've seen it probably 7 times. It's a long watch, Blake, but I promise you, you're gonna watch it when I get off here. I promise you, it's a long movie. At 4 a.m, you will be texting me saying like, "Holy fuck!" The ending's kind of weird, but the first 2 hours of Interstellar is some of the best shit. And if you like that, check out Gravity. That's a good one with Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. Also very good. But Interstellar is an all-time watch. Here we go. Here's Ray. See, here we go. Truman Show is good, but Interstellar is better than Truman Show. And it's close because we love the Truman Show on this channel, but that is definitely there. Well, yeah, that was probably, what year was it, Blake? 2011? So that would have been 14 years ago. You would have been like 12 or some shit. Yeah, dude, watch Interstellar. Your nipples are going to be hard as fuck the whole time. GT, anytime someone asks me what color something is, what happens to be blue, the goddamn pen is blue. Liar, liar. Yeah, damn straight. Yeah, what a run for Carey, man. This is the kind of stuff we're gonna be doing in the off season. So just so you know, all you guys that are in the Patreon that are supporting this channel, like a lot of other fantasy channels, they're done, right? Once the football season's over, once the fantasy, they're done. You barely see them. I'm still gonna be rocking, maybe not 7 nights a week on this bitch, even though I might still do it because it's me. 4 or 5 shows a week on just all different kinds of things. If you like what you're seeing, obviously you're watching this for this long. It's not just about the football. The football is great. It's about the personalities, the community, the guests. That's what we're going to be rocking all off season. So you're getting bang for your buck. We're not the fantasy footballers or some of these other clowns that just like log off and wait till June to come back on. Like we're going to do a lot of NFL draft stuff. So there's some NBA stuff and just a lot of very, very, very entertaining and engaging content. Yeah, man, he's a good kicker, though. He's a good kicker, but the Raiders kicker, that field goal was rough, man. It was never going to, that kind of reminded me of the Bills Super Bowl miss kick there. I'm looking to trade Bijan, have no wide receivers left. Who should I be targeting? I wouldn't trade Bijan, but I would try to get 2 for 1, a running back and a receiver. So Nico Collins and another running back, someone good. It's got to be someone good. Nico Collins and Kenneth Walker. Probably still not enough, but that's 2 names that come to mind. I like that one. All right, 4 more minutes. If I get 2 supers, any color in the next 2 minutes, I will chug a drink and do another 20 minutes just because I'm a man of the people. Otherwise, tomorrow night, big night, man. We got J-Bob and we got Jason, super fans coming on the show, 10:30 p.m. Central. It's going to be a wacky, wild show, fan night on the show. Going to be super fun. So definitely tune in for that one. Saturday night, we'll have the gambling show, which is, just more of the same of this. But Mark says, Bowers outlook rest of season after tonight. I'm not too panicked. Also, I wasn't too over the moon the first game because I always thought Bowers was a bad pick, even if he didn't get hurt. Like, he was too high. So I'm not going to overreact to this, just like I'm not going to overreact to the awesome 40-point performance. He's with Trey McBride, right? We'll say that. I don't know who I want more. Probably Trey McBride because that team looks dead in the water. So he's fine. You can't do anything with him. I would trade for him right now if you could, but he'll be a top 3 tight end. Team money, I'm shocked that Breece Hall wasn't traded. We all are. They wanted a 3rd rounder. The Chiefs were offering a 4th rounder, and they already traded everyone else on their team, so why not just fucking take the 4th rounder? Weird as hell. They're probably going to franchise tag him next year too, which is silly. I had to go against Bowers tonight and had Denver D going. Hey, DB, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. I was against Bowers 4 spots. So what's crazy is I was against Bowers 6 leagues last week. And of course I was like, okay, he's out the whole year. He's underperforming. He was playing. And then I'm against him 6 times. And then going into tonight, I was like, now I'm against him 4 times. In 25 leagues, I was against him 10 times the last 2 weeks. And thank God he laid that fucking dud, because if I was going to go against 2 bomb Bowers weeks, like, that math doesn't add up there. That means I wasn't against him very much at all when he was out or underperforming. So it kind of evened out the 6 I was against him in the 40 burger. So, yeah, tomorrow's going to be great, man. Team money, Garrett Wilson's coming back, baby. I would say 80% certainty, maybe even higher. Yeah, he's coming back. All right, anyone in here that is not in the Patreon and the Discord, please check out Discord's what's up, man. That's what's up. Here's the Patreon members. Guys, shout you guys out. Every one of you guys. A lot of different perks in there. Shout out the Professional Fanatics there that are able to come on the show. Both Jason and J-Bob in that tier coming on the show tomorrow night. A lot of good things. You want to play fantasy football leagues with us? I will be giving away, once this takes off, I don't know about this year, but I'll be giving away 1 free entry into each league. We're going to start with the NFL fantasy playoffs coming up. It'll be a 10-team league. We got that going on. Free merchandise. You want to get this hat? Boom, I'll send it to you. Give away 1 free hat per month. Once you get other stuff, give that as well. And other good stuff as well, man. You want to vote on show ideas for the winter stuff. You want to talk about the OJ trial. You want to talk about Interstellar. You name it. We'll start a show based on those ideas. I'll put it up in the Discord. A vote on the shows. Way to get involved, man. And also to support the show. Keep me going literally 7 nights a week. 3 hours a night. This is going to be a little shorter than 3 hours, but, I can't apologize for a 2-hour and 20-minute stream. Also following the worst goddamn Thursday night football game we've ever seen. So G. Willie's going to be target with peppers. Damn straight. He has to. I don't know how good those targets are going to be. But if you're not joining the Discord, get on that shit. Link in the description for the Patreon. Get on that right now. This community is what's up. Hang out with Mark and Blake and DB. All those guys. I'm looking at you, Adam. I don't know if Adam's in there. I'm looking at Team Money. Are you in there? I don't know if you are. Trone Force. Are you in there? Who else is still in here? Jay Moore. Are you in there? Chris, are you in there? Ant-Man. David. I know Ray is in there. Any of you guys, Blue to Green Live, any of you guys, if you're not in there, what are you doing? It's 60 people strong. It's a 24/7 goddamn fantasy football and out of control chat. A community you want to get into. You want to get into it now. because if you wait too long, eventually the price will go up and you won't be able to afford it. I'm kidding about that, but it's going to be more, and then I have to make it more exclusive. I can't have more than 100 people in there. So get in there now, and then you're grandfathered in, baby. You're in. You're in now. You get in this and the ground floor. You're in there right now. And I got Ray. Ray is still in here. When in doubt, Pinky out. Damn fucking straight, boys. Damn straight. Pinky out.
I want to talk to Samson. Climb her to the moon like that bitch Alice Cram.
Okay, you know what? Give me that thing. I'll do one. We gonna do one.
Yeah.
Just playing.
Hey, guys, the management needs everybody to get out because they caught a guy jerking off in here, and they're going to send in a crew to wipe down the loads. Go ahead.
I'm just spamming clips right now. I'm a little tipper right now. So anyways, love you guys. Any last words, any last questions? I will stick around for a couple more minutes to answer any concerning questions you might have. Got to get as many tiny dances as I can in. I tiny dance for myself, Blake. Yeah, I'm tipper. I didn't eat a lot of dinner tonight, so I can still maintain though, boys. I'm grabbing my my pants here. Anyways, any last questions you have, let me know. I will hit those up. Otherwise, tomorrow night's a very important fan night show. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Jason and J-Bob on the fucking stream. Love you guys. Love every one of you guys. Blake, Mark, DB, Big Ray, of course. Of course, the Big Ray. My dude, you're going to be seeing a lot more Big Ray here. He was on 4 nights in a row. Gave him a little breather. He is the go-to guy to come on here for these stretches, and we'll have him on for, I don't know, 4 of the next 8 shows. So it's going to be awesome. Damn, MVP just got in here. Also, shout out MVP, a member, a valued member of the Patreon in the Discord. MVP. Sorry, buddy. We are getting out of here just because this has been 2 hours and 22 minutes after a bad game. Story's gone. If you have a quick question you want to ask MVP, I will answer it before I get off, since you are the shit. Love MVP. His name's Mark, I believe. I believe his name's Mark. It could be wrong. It's not, maybe Mark? Mark Phantoms? I'm bad with names, bro. My memory's not very good. But of course, Mark. Mark's a shit. Mark, how's the job going, Mark? Is it going all right? Huh. Yeah, Sutton. What a fucking bum, dude. It wasn't Sutton. It's fucking goddamn Bo Nix. Bo Nix is a fucking prick. He's terrible. That footwork, his accuracy, ugh. Back foot just heaves. You know, you heard the phrase 50-50 balls. His deep ball is like a 25-75 ball. So, good to hear, Mark. Good to hear, man. Glad to still see you in here. You always make my day when I see you in here because you're the fucking shit. This is it, boys. This is it. MVP, you can always, watch the stream not in real time. We had some good stuff. We talked OJ trial. We talked cum race. Had a couple other good conversations. So, Zach, MVP. You know what? I'm gonna change your name on the Patreon thing. I'll put it up right here. This thing right here, because I just had MVP on here. I didn't know your name. I'm gonna change this. See, I have you on here as, let's see. See, MVP. I'm changing you to Zach. What's your last initial? Zach. Zach what? What is it? Zach F, Zach Z. Let me know what your last initial is so I can Zach L. Zach L. Let me just take a picture of this so I know. I support my boys. Zach L. All right. Hold on. I got one super from GT here I got to get to before I get off because seems like a good one here. It says Harvey or Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker rest of the season. This is easy as hell. It's Kenneth Walker. And I can't trust Harvey at all. And Kenneth Walker, I mean, the thing about Kenneth Walker is, yes, he does dance a little bit, but the dude's taking over the backfield, and he is the dude. Kenneth Walker myself. Tiny dancer myself. Dylan B. Yeah. Dylan B. Oh, DB makes sense. Dylan B. Yeah, let me take a picture of that as well. Blake will take care of all of that. And let me get that up here. Yeah, you're good. I got you guys, man. Appreciate every one of you guys. Stay positive. Love your life. Respect each other. And I'll see you tomorrow for the fan night stream, 10:30 p.m. Central. Thank you all. Thank you all. Have a good night.